Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Clark Kent and Editor Perry White are shocked to learn that Jim Olsen, caught up in a seemingly inescapable web of circumstantial evidence, appears hopelessly doomed to serve a term as a felon.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, do you belong to the 49ers? Are you in on the fun of collecting the 49 different top-notch prizes from packages of Kellogg's Pep? Well, if not, hop to it, gang. You'll find a prize in every package of Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. And there are 3 different kinds of prizes you may find there. For instance, you may find one of 18 different comic strip buttons, each picturing a favorite comic strip character. Or you may find a colored cardboard model of a fighting plane, one of 7 exciting plane models in the series. Or you may get a beautiful full-color bird picture from a series of 24, each with a description to help you identify these birds in the air. Now, that makes 49 different prizes you can collect. And that's without counting Pep itself as the best prize of all. Think of the good eating fun in those crisp whole wheat flakes, all crammed with keen, catchy flavor. Pep's delicious. A prize dish if ever there was one. Yes, sir, a dish of Pep is so strictly terrific that in double quick time, you've polished off every last bit in your bowl. So, speak to Mom about it today. Ask her to get you a supply of Kellogg's Pep, and make sure you look for the prize inside your package.
And now, the adventures of Superman. After rescuing Batman, Robin, and Robin's grandfather at sea, and rounding up the men responsible for his friend's plight, Superman, in his guise of reporter Clark Kent, returned to the Daily Planet, where he received startling news. Burning up the telephone wire from Metropolis Police Headquarters, Editor Perry White told Kent,
Jim Olsen has been arrested, and it looks as if he'll go to jail for 5 years. Hurry down here.
In response to the urgent summons, Kent hurried to police headquarters, where we find him now in Inspector Henderson's office with the blunt-chinned inspector and Perry White. The gray-haired editor is literally beside himself. Listen.
How dare you even think Jim Olsen is a crook? Of all the crazy, ridiculous nonsense. Why, if you had even one tiny ounce of brains in your thick skull, Inspector...
Chief, now, look here, White.
You know Jim was innocent. If you had even one iota of brains,
Please, Chief, take it easy, will you?
I'll do nothing of the kind.
Confound it, White. Will you cut that out? I don't intend to take any more of this from you.
Inspector.
You've popped off enough.
Too much. Popped off? Why, you...
Chief, Inspector, both of you, cut it out, will you?
Stay out of this.
I will not stay out of it. Apparently something very serious has happened, and all I hear is a lot of useless argument. Now, quiet down, both of you, and tell me what this is all about.
Well, wait till you hear what happened. You'll blow your top, too, when you know about this policeman. He says that Jim's a counterfeiter.
Jim, a counterfeiter?
Yes. Well, how do you like that?
I didn't say he was a counterfeiter.
You had him arrested, didn't you?
Yes. I didn't say he was a counterfeiter. He was arrested for passing counterfeit money. Counterfeit money?
Yes. Now, how do you like that, Kent?
But what? How? Well, here's the story, Kent. During the past month, there's been a steady flow of counterfeit money in Metropolis, and...
And the police think that Jim is responsible for it. They think he's got a nice little printing press.
Please, Chief, will you? Go on, Inspector. Well, we've been investigating. But until last week, we couldn't pick up a single lead. You see, the counterfeiters are extremely clever. Their phony money looks almost exactly like the real stuff. And so it passed along without being spotted until it got into the bank.
See, but where does Jim fit into this?
Where did you hear? I'm coming to Jim. We'd warned the storekeepers to keep their eyes open. And last week, Saturday it was, one of them called us. A grocer over on Willow and Elm Street. That's in Jim Olsen's new neighborhood.
So what? Just because it's in his neighborhood?
Please don't interrupt, Chief. Go on, Inspector. This grocer had accepted a $5 bill in payment for some groceries. When he examined it, he found it was phony. And get this, it was given to him by Jim Olsen.
I don't believe Olsen gave it to him.
The grocer was on the lookout, and he spotted it right away. He had his clerk verify it before he called us.
Just the same, that doesn't prove
Wait,
that...
Chief, wait. Look, Inspector, let's, for the sake of argument, assume that Jim did pass the phony bill. Just because he happened to have one counterfeit bill doesn't mean anything. It must have been passed on him.
Right. And I'd be inclined to say the same thing.
If there'd been only one bill.
You mean there were more?
And how? When we got this call from the grocer, I assigned a man to trail Olson. He caught him passing 5 other phony bills.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. 4 singles and another 5. When we arrested him, he still had another phony $5 bill in his wallet.
But that's incredible.
Well, what if he did? You said the stuff was a good imitation. Why do you refuse to believe that somebody passed them to Jim and changed for a bigger bill and he didn't notice it?
Of course. That's what must have happened, Inspector.
No, sir, that didn't happen.
How do you know?
Because Olson admitted he didn't change a big bill anywhere. He got hold of this phony dough someplace, and he's been passing it, knowing full well it was phony.
And I tell you, he did no such thing.
Of course not. He couldn't. He wouldn't do a thing like that. You know he isn't dishonest.
Well, I'll admit this came as a great surprise to me, Kent. I've always thought he was a fine lad.
Well, he is.
You bet he is.
But I suppose he was tempted by the prospect of easy money.
Oh.
Yes, as many misguided youngsters are.
Ah, stuff and nonsense. There isn't a dishonest bone in Jim's body.
In my business, White, we judge only by the facts.
Good Godfrey, this whole thing is crazy. What are we going to do, Kent?
Well, first thing is to see Jim. There's been a mistake somewhere. We've got to find out just what happened. Where is he?
In the city jail.
Well, he won't be there long, I'll tell you that. I've got my lawyer on the way, and we'll post a bond. Any size bond. It'll make you look like a monkey in court, Inspector. Now, you mark my word.
Look, White, off the record, I sincerely wish you were right. Believe me, I do. But I doubt it.
Well, you'll see.
All right, we've wasted enough time, Chief. Come on, let's go have a talk with Jim.
Hi, Mr. White. Hello, Mr. Kent. I guess you never expected to see me in the clink, did you?
Frankly, no, Jim, but I'm sure it's all a mistake.
Why, of course it is. And don't worry, boy. My lawyer's on the way down here now, and he'll have you out of here in no time.
Thanks, Mr. White. Oh, look, did Miss Lane take my mother home?
Yes. Don't worry about her. She's fine.
Well, Mom, she took it pretty hard. I don't know what'll happen to her when my trial comes up.
Easy now, Jim. We're going to clear this up without a trial, so stop worrying. You've got to help us.
Me? Well, how can I help?
You've got to tell us just exactly how that counterfeit money came into your possession.
I don't know.
Of course he doesn't, Kent. If he knew, he wouldn't be in jail.
Look, Jim, you told Inspector Henderson that since last Saturday, when you handed out the first counterfeit note, you hadn't changed any large bills. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I guess.
You guess?
No, I mean that's right.
Uh-huh. Now, you cashed your salary check at the bank Saturday morning?
That's right.
You remember how much money you had with you at the time, before you cashed the check, I mean?
Oh, just a little silver. You see, I give my mother my salary. I just keep out enough for bus fare and lunches. So by the time payday comes around, I'm always broke.
See? Now try to remember. Where did you go after you left the bank?
I went back up to the office and finished the story I was working on.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went home.
How did you go home?
The way I always do, by bus.
Did you change a big bill on the bus?
No, I still had a little change in my pocket. I gave the driver a dime.
Then you went straight home?
Sure. Well, that is... No, not exactly. I stopped off at Schmidt's Grocery first to pick up Mom's order and pay the bill.
And that's when you passed the first counterfeit bill?
So they tell me.
Well, then there's only one explanation. Banks don't hand out counterfeit money. So the storekeeper made a mistake. It wasn't you who gave him the bad bill.
I wouldn't know.
How about the 4 other storekeepers, Chief? They couldn't all be mistaken. Besides, Henderson's man checked on the bills Jim passed as soon as he left the store.
That's right. I forgot that. Then how...
Just a minute. Jim, when you got home from the grocery, did you give your mother the rest of your salary as usual?
Sure. Oh, no, not all of it.
No?
She told me to keep $10 and pay some bills around the neighborhood.
What were they?
The cleaner and the dairy and somebody else. Oh, yeah, the drugstore.
Cleaner, the dairy, the drugstore. That's where the other counterfeit bills were passed?
Uh-huh. But I didn't know they were phony, Mr. Kent. Honest, I didn't.
Oh, of course you did.
All right, we know that, Jim, and we're going to prove it, too. Now, look, barring the chance that you did get counterfeit money from the bank, at one chance in a million, you must have gotten the money from somebody else. Someone you made change for. Now, can you recall...
I didn't, Mr. Kent.
You must have. Go on, think hard now. How about when you went back to the office from the bank? Did you change a bill for anybody? On the way or in the office, maybe?
No.
Sure?
Sure. I mean, I didn't.
You're lying, Jim.
No.
No, wait a minute,
No.
Kent.
I say you're lying, Jim. You're lying to cover something or somebody. You know where you got that counterfeit money, but you don't want to tell us.
His voice stern, Clark Kent makes a startling charge against Jimmy Olsen. Is Kent right? We'll know more in a moment when we return for the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
You know, it's fun to take part in outside activities at school, but that kind of fun takes energy. And energy calls for a bang-up breakfast. Because if you don't eat right in the morning, you just haven't got what it takes to have fun at your work and fun at those other things, too. So tomorrow, start breakfast with Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal. See how those crisp, tender flakes of whole wheat tickle your taste, put you in the mood to eat hearty. Take in that sunny, catchy Pep flavor, all golden toasted. Why, you'll say Pep's one prize dish, because there are 49 different prizes you can get in packages of Pep, one in every single package. For instance, you can collect 7 exciting colored cardboard models of fighting planes, easy and fun to assemble. And you can collect a great new series of 24 bird pictures, each with a description on the back, so that you can spot these birds forwards and backwards. And then there are those 18 bright-colored comic buttons, each with a famous comic strip character to pin on your beanie cap or your jacket. So get busy collecting these wonderful prizes. Ask Mom to get a package of Kellogg's Pep first thing tomorrow.
In Jimmy Olsen's cell in the city jail, Clark Kent, who has been quizzing the boy, has just said to the white-faced cub reporter,
You're lying, Jim. You know where you got the counterfeit money, but you don't want to tell us.
No,
You're out of your mind, Kent. You don't know what you're saying.
Oh, yes, I do, Chief.
But you're accusing Jim of being a criminal.
No. No, I'm accusing him of knowing who gave him the counterfeit money. Somebody he's covering up for. Am I right, Jim? Well,
answer him, Jim. Tell him he's wrong. Well, why don't you answer? You what? Good Godfrey. Don't tell me that Kent's right.
Yes, sir. He is.
Bless my soul.
who gave you the money, Jim?
I can't tell you.
You've got to tell us.
I can't. All I can say is it's not what you think. I'm not really a crook, but...
But what?
I can't say anymore.
I don't understand this, Jim. Why...
Now, look, Jim. You're covering up for someone or you're afraid of someone. I don't know which. But you've got to tell us everything. If you don't, we can't help you. And the penalty for doing what you did is 5 years in the federal penitentiary.
I can't help it, Mr. Kent. I can't tell you.
You've got to.
I tell you, I can't. Go away, please, go away.
His thin shoulders bent, Jimmy Olsen sobs, refusing to say more, while Clark Kent looks on frowningly, and Perry White shakes his gray head incredulously. What is Jimmy hiding? Is Clark Kent right? And is the young reporter in deadly fear of someone for whom he is covering up? Jimmy faces a prison sentence of 5 years, so you can be sure that Clark Kent, who is Superman, will not rest until he uncovers all the facts of this baffling situation. But Kent faces a deep mystery, as he and you will find out tomorrow. So be sure to be with us then. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. When you think of toasty words like crisp, crunchy, crinkly, why, you just naturally go right on to Crumbles, Kellogg's Crumbles. So toasty and sweet and mellow rich on a frosty morning. What a dish for breakfast. The only cereal in the whole wide world made in those little crinkly shreds of good whole wheat. And you know about whole wheat, don't you? You know it's good for you. So get your wholesome whole wheat in crisp, crunchy, crinkly Crumbles, Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, Clark Kent pleads with a closed-mouthed, stubborn Jimmy Olsen. But the cub reporter will tell nothing to help clear himself, despite the glaring threat of a 5-year prison penalty for his crime.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal, Dan McCullough. Say, which is it? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a button? Well, you never can tell until you open your package of Kellogg's Pep and see which one of those 3 kinds of prizes you'll get. So, every prize is always an exciting surprise. It might be one of Pep's 18 slick comic buttons, picturing one of your favorite comic strip characters to pin on your beanie cap or your jacket. Or it might be a model of a fighting plane, one of 7 thrilling plane models in the series, all made of colored cardboard and easy to assemble. Or your next Pep prize might be a beautiful full-color bird picture from a series of 24, each with a description on the reverse side so that you can name and know any of these birds around. And say, speaking of birds, you'll sure be an early bird to the breakfast table when Kellogg's Pep heads the menu, because every spoonful is a treat in itself. Every bowl of Pep just about doubles the fun of breakfast. Yes, sir, you'll say that catchy Pep flavor is strictly terrific. So get going, gang. Ask Mom for Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, and look for your prize inside the package.
Now, the adventures of Superman. Great mystery surrounds the arrest of Jim Olsen, Daily Planet cub reporter, who has been arrested and charged with passing counterfeit money. Although impressed with the evidence gathered against Jim by Inspector Henderson's men, Editor Perry White and Clark Kent steadfastly insist that the boy is innocent, despite his continued refusal to admit that he knows where he picked up the counterfeit bills he was seen to pass. Kent, angered by Jim's stubbornness, accused him of lying, either out of fear or in an effort to protect someone else. But the boy, although obviously miserable, wouldn't talk, even when faced with the prospect of a 5-year penitentiary sentence. Finally, White arranged for his young reporter's release on bail. And as we join them now, Kent, White, and Jim are in a taxicab en route to the Daily Planet offices. Kent is still trying to break down Jim's silence. Listen.
Look, Jim, I don't think you realize how strong a case Inspector Henderson has against you.
I can just imagine.
It's airtight. Backed with evidence that no judge or jury could afford to overlook.
Don't you worry, son. I'll get the best lawyers in the country.
Oh, Chief.
We'll put up a defense such as this town's never seen before. And we'll make a monkey out of that hard-headed, flat-footed inspector.
Oh,
if
wait
I
a minute, Chief. Wait a minute. Stop blaming Inspector Henderson for this. He's not prosecuting Jim out of meanness, and you know it.
Rats. If he weren't such a puffed-up stuffed shirt, he'd know a boy like Jim couldn't have anything to do with dirty work like this.
Gee, thanks, Chief.
Look, Henderson is not police inspector for nothing. He's a good policeman who knows his job. His job is not to judge. It's to protect public interest by arresting anyone who appears to be breaking the law.
So what?
So far as the police are concerned, Jim broke the law by passing counterfeit money.
That's right, Mr. Kent, but gee whiz, I didn't do it deliberately.
Oh, no.
I didn't know those bills were phony.
Of course he did. And Henderson should
We know you didn't do it deliberately, Jim. I told you that before. That's why we're on your side. Why we want to help you. But we can't help you. No lawyer can even begin to prepare a case in your defense unless you tell us everything you know.
Well, I did tell you.
You haven't told us a thing, Jim, until you tell us where you picked up those phony bills.
Jim, do you know where you got them?
No.
Jim?
Well, I can't tell you.
Why? Confounded boy, why can't you tell? Why must you be so stubborn?
Honest, Chief, I'm not being just stubborn. It's just that I...
Here's the planet, so skip it for now. Pay off the cabbie, will you, Chief? Jim and I are going up to my office for a quiet talk. We'll see you later. Come on, Jim.
No, honest. Mr. White got me out on bail. Huh? Well, I'll tell you everything when I get home tonight. Yeah. Uh-huh. No, don't you worry, Mom. Everything's going to be okay. What's that? Oh, I'm in Mr. Kent's office. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.
Mother all right, Jim?
Yeah, I guess so. Miss Lane took her home from police headquarters and stayed with her till just a little while ago. That helped a lot.
Oh, I'm sure it did. You know, you mean a lot to your mother, Jim.
I know.
Matter of fact, you're all she's got now, since...
Yeah. There's just the two of us now.
What do you think it would do to her if you were convicted and sent away for 5 years?
Oh, gee, don't.
Sorry, Jim. I didn't mean to hurt you.
I know, but just the thought is...
I know. Isn't that enough to make you do everything you can to prove your innocence?
Sure, but...
Well, then suppose you tell me everything.
Gosh, I told you, Mr. Kent. I can't say anymore.
We'll keep it just between us. No one else need know where I got my information.
I can't.
Why? Whom or what are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anybody.
You seem to be, Jim. And if you are, just remember I can usually, contact Superman when we need him. And with him on your side...
Gee whiz, Mr. Kent. Not even Superman could help me out of this, I'm afraid.
Why?
Well, just because.
All right, if you're not afraid of anything, whom are you shielding?
I can't tell you.
Oh, now, look, Jim, I have no more use for stool pigeons than you do. But sometimes a fellow has no other choice. Particularly in this case, when your welfare means so much to your mother and to your friends, the chief, Miss Lane, and me.
Yeah, I know.
Well?
Gee whiz, I want to tell you, Mr. Kent. I don't like being arrested and going through that bail business and the trial and maybe, doing a stretch.
For something you didn't do?
That's right, particularly for something I didn't do. But golly,
Yes?
I still can't tell you.
But why, Jim? Why?
Well?
Have you a good reason for shielding whoever it is?
Gosh, sure I have. Think I'd be doing this without a good reason?
No. No, I don't suppose you would. Can you tell me why you're shielding this person?
Yes.
All right. I'm listening.
Because I'm not sure.
You're not sure of what, Jim?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm right about this person.
I see. Well, isn't there something I can do to help you make sure?
No. No, thanks, Mr. Kent, but I've got to...
What do you think? Oh, hello, Jim.
Hello, Miss Lane. Thanks for taking my mother home and for making her feel better.
Oh, forget it, Jimmy. Gee, I'm so glad to see you out. That is...
You mean out of the clink?
That's right.
You didn't think for 1 minute we'd let him stay there, did you?
Well, of course not, Clark. It's just that, I hadn't thought about it, and that's where I saw Jim last.
Sure, I know.
How do things look, Jimmy? Thought about where you might have picked up that bad money?
Well...
We were just talking about that when you burst in so unceremoniously, Miss Lane.
Well, I do declare.
Do you really? Don't you recognize the closed door to a private office when you see one anymore?
And aren't we getting uppity now? Am I being chastised?
You are?
And invited to leave?
Right.
Very well, Mr. Kent. I'd be delighted.
That's the same,
Hey,
too.
what the...
officer, that's her.
Now, wait a minute. What is this?
Step aside, mister.
Who are your friends, Clark?
We're your friends, lady. Come along quiet.
What?
Sleeping lizards. What do the police want Miss Lane for?
That's what I want to know.
Come on now. Let's don't have a row here.
But
Oh, now, hold on, officer.
Stand
You can't
aside,
walk...
young fella. You're impeding an officer in the exercise of his
What's going on
duty.
here?
now, look.
What's the meaning of this?
I'm arresting this lady for...
Arresting her?
That's right. Now,
Great
please...
God! Another member of my staff arrested. What is this, a conspiracy? Is someone out to wreck the Daily Planet? Are the police working hand in glove with a gang of crooks?
Chief, wait.
How dare
mister.
you come charging into this... what authority do you break into private property?
If you'll only...
I'll
let me
call
get
Henderson.
away.
I'll call the commissioner. The mayor. I'll break you. I'll have you
Hold it,
sealed if it's
Chief.
the last thing I do.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Chief, stop it.
Nothing doing.
Wait a minute. You burst a blood vessel. Now, officer, what's the meaning of this?
yes, I demand to know what this is all about.
Well, that's simple. I'm arresting you, lady, on the charge of that cab driver there.
But what for?
What did I do to that cab driver? I didn't forget to pay him, did I?
Look, lady, you admit riding in this man's cab?
Why, yes, I think he's the man who just drove me here from the Olson's house.
So what?
Yes, get to the point.
You paid him with a $5 bill. Is that correct?
Yes, I had nothing smaller. Is that a crime?
It sure is, lady. When the fiver is a phony.
What?
You mean it's counterfeit? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. And how? I'm arresting you on a charge of passing counterfeit money, so come along, miss.
But that's impossible, officer. It's just
Miss
ridiculous.
Blackbacker, get Inspector Henderson on the phone. Get my lawyer.
Holy smokes. Now I know I'm right.
Lois Lane, protesting her innocence, leaves in police custody. Only Clark Kent, who is Superman, hears Jim Olsen mutter to himself,
Now I know I'm right.
what does he mean by that? We'll know in a moment when we return for the startling climax of today's episode. So stand by.
Say, gang, do you go in for a real Superman breakfast at your house? I mean a hearty, whopping kind of breakfast that helps start your day in high? Well, here's the lowdown on a dish that'll tease your appetite to twice its size. Why, of course, it's Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. The crisp golden cereal that gives you the big come-on and fills your spoon with keen, catchy sunshine flavor. Yes, sir, those crisp, tender flakes of Kellogg's Pep are solid senders. They make breakfast the kind of meal that you're glad to get up for every morning. And here's something else about Pep that'll open your eyes. I mean the prize right inside your Pep package. Could be you'll find a model fighting plane in colored cardboard, one of 7 great Pep planes you can collect. Or could be you'll find one of 24 new full-color bird pictures with a full description on the reverse side so that you'll have the lowdown on these high flyers. Or your next Pep prize could be one of 18 bright-colored comic buttons sporting a famous character from the funnies like Orphan Annie or Moon Mullins or Superman himself. So start collecting all 3 kinds of swell Pep prizes. Ask Mom to bring Kellogg's Pep from the grocer tomorrow.
Lois Lane, second member of the Daily Planet staff to be arrested for passing counterfeit money, has been taken down to headquarters accompanied by an irate Editor Perry White. Deep in thought, Jim Olsen thinks he is alone in Clark Kent's office. And he is startled to hear Kent say,
Well, Jim?
Huh? Oh, Mr. Kent, I thought you went with...
No, the chief didn't need me. He'll bail Lois out.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Got any ideas about this, Jim?
What do you mean?
Know who's responsible for Lois's arrest?
Yeah, I think so.
Uh-huh. Who is it?
The same one who passed the phony money to me.
I see. Just a minute ago, Jim, I thought I heard you say that now you're sure.
That's right.
Good. Are you ready to tell me the truth?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you everything, Mr. Kent, so get set for a shock.
Wetting his lips, Jim Olsen squares his thin shoulders and takes a deep breath as he makes ready to break the secret he has been so carefully guarding at his own expense. Who is behind the arrest of Jim Olsen and Lois Lane? Does Jim's admonition preparing Clark Kent for a shock mean that the guilty person is someone they know and like? There's a big surprise in store for you on Monday, gang, when this exciting new Superman story really gets into full swing. So don't miss a minute of it. Be sure to be with us again Monday. Same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. When you wake up in the morning and you can see your breath on the frosty air, gang, that's Crumbles weather. Just calls for a toasty kind of cereal with zip and go. Calls for toasty words like crisp, crunchy, crinkly. Crumbles! Sure, just fits, doesn't it? Kellogg's Crumbles, sort of sweet and mellow rich. The only cereal in the whole wide world made in those little crinkly shreds of good whole wheat. It's Crumbles weather, gang. Time for crisp, crunchy, crinkly Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us on Monday for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, angered by an unhappy series of events, Jim Olsen breaks down and reveals to Clark Kent the secret he has been so carefully guarding.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, which is it? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a button? Well, it's anybody's guess until you open your package of Kellogg's Pep and see which one of those three kinds of prizes you'll get. So, every prize is always an exciting surprise. It might be a beautiful full-color bird picture from a series of 24, each with a description on the reverse side so that you can reel off the name of any one of these birds around. Or it might be a model of a fighting plane, one of 7 thrilling plane models in the series, all made of colored cardboard and easy to assemble. Or your next Pep prize might be one of Pep's 18 slick comic buttons, picturing one of your favorite comic strip characters. And you'll be a mighty happy character yourself when you dig into your bowl of Kellogg's Pep, because every spoonful of these crisp whole wheat flakes tickles your taste with its keen, catchy sunshine flavor. Every bowlful is a treat. Every dish of Pep just about doubles the fun of breakfast. So get going, gang. Ask Mom for Kellogg's Pep, the sunshine cereal, and see whether the prize inside your package is a bird, a plane, or a button.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Arrested for passing counterfeit money, Jimmy Olsen, cub reporter for the Metropolis Daily Planet, admitted he knew who had given it to him, but refused to reveal the person's name. Even when he was told he faced a possible 5-year prison term, he still refused to talk. But when Lois Lane was arrested and taken away to police headquarters for giving a counterfeit bill to a taxi driver, Jimmy broke down and said to Clark Kent,
This makes it different. Now I'll tell you everything, Mr. Kent. Get set for a shock in just a minute.
Asking Kent to wait, Jimmy hurried into the Daily Planet city room. And as we continue now, he has returned to Kent's office, holding the arm of young Mary Hennig, part-time office and copy girl.
In here, Mary. Come on.
I'm coming. You don't have to pull me, Jim. What's it
Be
all
quiet.
about?
Here she is, Mr. Kent.
Why, it's Mary Hennig. Jim, you don't mean she...
Yeah. She's the rotten little double-crosser.
Oh, no, I can't believe it.
You can't believe what? Listen, what's this all about?
As if you didn't know.
I don't... Let go my
Nothing
arm.
doing. You're not going to get away.
I'm not trying to get away. I want to know what this is all about.
Let go of her arm, Jim.
Look, Mr. Kent, I know her. She'll try to scram.
Scram? Well, what for? What did I
Don't worry,
do?
Jim. Let go.
Okay, but watch her. She's tricky and sneaky, too.
Now, look, Jim.
We keep her out of jail, where she belongs, because we believe she's turned over a new leaf.
But I did.
We even give her a job on the planet after school. What happens? She stabs us in the back.
Oh,
What?
now, wait, Jim.
Mr. Kent, she's the same little crook she was when she was working for Al Vincent and Mart Higgins. When she stole those letters from our
But
file.
I'm not, and you can't talk to me that way, Jim Olsen. Nobody can. I don't know what this is about, but if you say I did anything wrong, you're telling a lie.
Look, Mary,
I suppose you're going to deny you asked me to give you a 10 spot for a $5 bill and 5 singles last Saturday.
Why,
Did you, Mary?
Sure I did. My mother's birthday, and I wanted to give her a $10 bill. What's wrong with that?
You'll find out. And do you admit you gave Miss Lane a $5 bill right here in this office last night before we all went home?
Sure, I owed it to her. Listen, I don't understand this.
No? I suppose you didn't know the money you gave me and the $5 bill you gave Miss Lane was counterfeit.
Counterfeit?
Yeah, bogus, phony, no good.
Oh, no.
Didn't you know that, Mary?
No. You mean it was?
Oh, cut out the ham acting.
Just a
Mary.
moment, Jim. Maybe she didn't know.
I didn't. Honest, Mr. Kent,
Oh, baloney, you knew all right. I was willing to keep my mouth shut when I got arrested because I was a sap, I guess. On account of you risked your life to help me once, and, well, I wanted to give you a break. But when you got Miss Lane in trouble, and she's the one who did the most to keep you out of jail, well, that's going too far.
Easy, Jim,
But
easy.
I wouldn't get Miss Lane in trouble for anything. She'd be like a big sister to me. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you either, Jim. Why,
Oh, don't give me that.
But I wouldn't. I didn't know that money was counterfeit. Honest, I didn't. You gotta believe me, Jim. You gotta. Honest, Mr. Kent. You believe me, don't you?
Well,
No, he doesn't, and neither do I. You're going to the reformatory this time, you little crook.
Jim.
Oh, but first you're going to give me that ring back.
Jim, don't. You're hurting my finger.
Stop it, Jim.
I want her Superman Crusader ring back.
What for?
Well, I was responsible for giving them out at Unity House. And Mary broke the oath she took when she got it. The oath to be a good citizen and to practice tolerance.
Oh. Well, let her keep the ring for the time being.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Kent, but I can't. See, I'm responsible to Superman and...
Superman would tell you to let Mary keep it.
Huh? Well, how would you know what Superman would tell me?
I mean, Well, after all, being a good citizen also means not condemning a person before he or she has had a fair trial, right?
Oh, sure, of course.
All right.
But Mary admits she gave Miss Lane and me the counterfeit money.
Sure, but I didn't know it was counterfeit. I tell you, I did not.
All right. You've had your say, Jim. Now Mary can have hers. Well, now stop crying, Mary, and listen. Now tell me, where did you get the money you gave Jim and Miss Lane?
Well,
It's rather unusual for you to have that much money, isn't it?
Not when she's in cahoots with a counterfeiting gang, it
But
isn't.
I'm not, I tell you.
Don't you remember, Mr. Kent? Inspector Henderson said there's been a lot of phony money coming into Metropolis
All right,
lately.
quiet, Jim. Where did you get it, Mary?
I don't know. Unless... Goodness, I just remembered.
What?
Why, I'll bet... I can't swear to it, but he must have been.
Must have been what? What are you talking about, Mary?
Well, you see, Mr. Kent, Saturday morning when I came out of my house to go to work, I ran into Biff Morgan.
Who?
Biff Morgan, Well, when I used to steal for Al Vincent, Biff was in the gang of kids I worked with. And I haven't talked to him or any of those kids since I quit the gang. Honest, Mr. Kent.
Oh, tell that to Sweeney.
All right, for the last time, Jim, cut it out. Go on, Mary. You met Biff Morgan.
Yes. He was waiting out in front of my house, and when I started to walk over to 3rd Street, get to the bus stop, he started...
Hiya, Chicky. Long time no see.
Beat it, Biff.
Hey, what's the idea of giving the brush to an old pal?
You're no pal of mine. Get out of my way. I got work to do.
On our way, Chicky.
Don't call me Chicky. My name is Mary.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Hennick. You want I should call you a taxi? Oh, you may be expecting your limousine and chauffeur. Hey, what?
Boy, are you not funny. Sorry I haven't got time to laugh, but gotta get to the office so long.
Oh, look, turn off the ice, Chicky. I just showed up here this morning to do you a favor.
Well, I don't want any favors from you, Biff, so beat it.
Wait till you hear, will you? This is something good. Chance to pick up some easy dough without hardly any work.
How nice. But I'm not buying any today,
But
so...
it's easy dough, kid, and hardly any risk to it. All you have to
I'm
do
not
is...
interested, do you understand?
Now, listen a minute, will you? This is the setup.
Look, Biff, can't you understand English?
You mean you don't want to make easy dough?
Now you're beginning to catch on. Go peddle your paper someplace else.
I'll be a sardine. You sure don't sound like the Chicky I used to know.
Well, I'm not. I've learned my lesson. I'm going straight now.
Yeah, I heard that, but I didn't believe it. I heard you was beating your brains out at some newspaper every day after school, and Saturdays, too, and getting peanuts for it.
I'm earning all I deserve, and I like it.
Boy, what a sucker. Now, if you listen to me,
I don't want to listen to you. I told you I'll learn my lesson. Now beat it. And the next time you see me, don't even bother to tip your hat.
Now, wait
Beat
a minute.
it, I said.
Wait, will you? You got a right to do what you want. If you want to be a chump, that's your business. No hard feelings, but, listen, remember last year when I got in a jam and you lent me $10?
Oh, forget it.
Forget it. Nothing. Here. There's 2 5s, kid.
Gee. Well, thanks. Much obliged, Biff.
That's all right.
Gosh, this comes in handy. It's my mother's birthday tomorrow, and now I can buy her something.
Your mother's birthday, huh? Well,
Yeah.
here's $5 more. Buy her something for
Oh,
me.
no, I can't do that.
Go
Biff.
on, take
Oh.
it. You done me lots of favors in the old days, and I got plenty of dough now. Take it. Go ahead.
Well,
And come to think of it, I remember another time when you lent me $5 way back.
yeah, that's right, but
So
never...
stop being a dope.
Hey, you must have robbed a bank.
Not me. I know an easy and safer way to get sugar. And any time you change your mind, kid, and want to get in on it, just look me up. So long now. Gotta be going.
So long, Biff. Thanks.
We'll return in a moment for the conclusion of Mary Hennick's story and the revelation of Kent's daring plan. So stand by.
Say, gang, you want to make breakfast tomorrow morning sort of on the exciting side? Then pour yourself out a bowl of Kellogg's Pep, and here's what'll happen. Right off, when you see those crisp, golden, cheery flakes of whole wheat in your breakfast bowl, you dig your spoon in to sample Pep's flavor. Then a little smile sprouts on your face, because Pep has a way of tickling your taste. You take another spoonful, and another, to make sure all that catchy, super delicious flavor is real. Well, it's real, all right. It's terrific. And you know, every time you eat Pep, it pleases your taste just that way. Sure. just as you get a happy surprise every time you open your package of Kellogg's Pep for the prize inside. 3 different kinds of prizes you can get, and each one a honey. For instance, you'll get either a colored cardboard model of a fighting plane, one of 7 of the great Pep Air Fleet, or you'll get one of 24 beautiful color pictures of birds with a full description on the reverse side so that you can identify these birds anywhere. Or else you'll get a bright-colored comic button picturing one of 18 comic strip characters to pin on your jacket or your beanie cap. So start collecting all 3 kinds of swell prizes in Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal.
In Clark Kent's office in the Daily Planet, young Mary Hennig, alias Chickie, has been telling Kent and Jimmy Olsen of her receiving $15 from Biff Morgan, a member of the gang she formerly belonged to. Now Mary concludes.
Straight to the Planet, Mr. Kent. Later on, I asked Jim if he'd give me a $10 bill for a 5 and 5 singlet. The money I gave him and the 5 I gave Miss Lane came from Biff. I never had any idea it was counterfeit.
Huh? I see.
It's a good story, but I'm not swallowing it. Are you, Mr. Kent?
Golly, it's true, Jim. I swear it's true.
Well, there's one way to find out. And for you to clear yourself, Mary. It might be dangerous, though. Are you willing to take a chance?
Why?
What do you mean, Mr. Kent?
This is up to Mary, Jim.
Sorry.
Well, Mary, what about it?
I'll do anything to get Miss Lane and Jim out of trouble. And myself, too. Anything, honest.
All right, come along, then.
Where are we going?
Police headquarters.
What? You mean you're going to arrest me?
That will be up to Inspector Henderson.
But you just said there was a way for me to clear myself.
There is. I've got a plan. But Inspector Henderson will have to agree to it. If he does, you'll get a chance to prove your story. If he doesn't, I'm afraid you'll have to go to jail. Let's go, Mary.
Accompanied by Mary Hennig and Jimmy Olsen, Clark Kent leaves for police headquarters. What is his dangerous plan? And will Inspector Henderson agree to it? Or must young Mary Hennig go to jail for a crime she swears she did not commit? Tomorrow's episode of our new story is tense and exciting, fellows and girls, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal. Say, what goes with the kids in other countries? What do they look like and how do they dress? Well, Kellogg has the answer with the cutouts on packages of Kellogg's Crumbles. And the kids in your family will have a swell time with these dolls of all nations, cutting them out and changing their costumes, collecting all 6 countries in the series, like Norway and Holland, China. 2 cutout dolls to every package, you know, and they're dressed like the real thing. That's dolls of all nations on packages of Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, Mary Hennig's story inspires Clark Kent to plot a daring and dangerous coup to lead to the very heart of the counterfeit ring.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal, Dan McCullough. You know, getting up in the morning's no trouble at all if you can look forward to a bowl of Kellogg's Pep for breakfast. Because Pep is so doggone terrific tasting. Why, it's fun just to think about eating it. And then when you do dig into those crisp golden flakes of Pep, you enjoy the real thing, a regular fun feast. Yes, sir, I don't know anything I enjoy more for breakfast than that catchy full wheat flavor. That strictly pep flavor, meaning strictly super. And super is also the word for the prize you find in every pep package. 3 different kinds of prizes, one or the other in every package you open. For instance, it might be a model fighting plane in colored cardboard, one of 7 great pep model planes you can collect. Or maybe it'll be one of 24 new full-color bird pictures with a description on the reverse side so that you'll know these birds in the air. Or it could be one of 18 bright-colored comic buttons picturing a famous comic strip character to pin right on your beanie cap or your jacket. So start collecting all 3 kinds of these slick pep prizes. Today, ask Mom for a supply of Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal.
Now the adventures of Superman. When Jim Olsen, angered by Lois Lane's arrest for the same charge in which he was out on bail, passing counterfeit money, told Clark Kent where he had obtained the bogus bills, Kent could hardly believe his ears. The accused was Mary Hennig, 14-year-old ex-juvenile delinquent, who was working at the Daily Planet as a coffee girl. Insisting that Mary had slipped back into her old habits, Jim told Kent she had passed off phony bills on him in return for legitimate money and had paid a debt to Lois with a bogus bill. Tearfully, the girl protested her innocence, swore she was unaware that the money wasn't real, and claimed it was given her by an old associate in crime in payment for money she had once loaned him. Over Jim's protests, Kent elected to believe Mary's story. Then, evolving a plan to clear the girl's name and uncover a gang of counterfeiters, he took her with him to police headquarters, where we find them now in the office of Inspector Henderson. Listen.
I didn't know it was harvested money, Inspector. Honest, I didn't. I only took it from that Biff Morgan because he owed me money for a long time.
That's a pretty thin alibi, Mary.
Oh, but it's true, honest. It is.
Wait a minute, Mary. Look, Inspector, I know the cards are all stacked against this kid right now.
And how?
For one thing, she can't prove her story unless you can round up this Biff Morgan fellow.
And even if we do, doesn't follow he's going to admit to anything. So that still leaves her holding the bag.
Right. But I believe she's telling the truth.
Oh, I am, Mr. Kent, I am.
If you insist on booking and jailing her on this charge, well, she'll never have a chance. Because, as you know, she's on probation right now with a suspended sentence hanging over her head.
I know that, Kent.
Well,
but there's nothing else I can do.
Why not?
After all, I'm just a cop, not a judge and jury, you know.
Oh, sure, but can't you have a heart?
Heart's got nothing to do with this. My job is to round up and arrest suspects. Turn them over to the proper authorities for trial.
That's right, but I still
think... Now, this
think...
girl admits to having had counterfeit money and to passing it on to others. In addition to that, she's got a record.
So that
If I turn her loose, it'll mean my neck. And I'll deserve whatever I get for being an addle-pated software.
Not if she helps you round up what is obviously a big, powerful ring of counterfeiters.
Are you kidding?
Not at all.
Don't make me laugh. How could this kid help me do what my whole department hasn't been able to accomplish in 2 months of concentrated effort?
I'll tell you how.
Now, don't bother, Kent.
But
I'm too busy to waste time on any more of your crackpot ideas.
Just give me a chance, sir.
I'm sorry, Mary, but I'm going to book you and hold you for the grand jury. Then we'll decide...
Mr. Kent, I knew it'd be like this.
No, Mary, don't cry.
They're going to
Send the
put
guard
me
in
in
to take
jail.
a prisoner away to the detention
Maybe
center.
not.
Right away.
I'm not finished yet. Inspector, will you do me a favor?
Like what?
Would you please ask the guard just to hold Mary in the outer office for a few minutes?
Now, look here,
I just want a few words with you alone before they take her away.
Yeah, but
I give you my word it won't take more than 3 minutes. Now, please.
Well, this is against my better judgment.
Thanks, Inspector.
Which is the prisoner, sir?
This girl, Mike. Take her out and wait in the outer office with her until you hear from me.
Right. Come along, miss.
Okay.
Chin up, Mary. I'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, Mr. Kent.
Now, Kent, what's on your mind?
Well,
Now, before you start, I want to warn you I'm not going to buy anything.
I'll take my chances on that if you'll just listen.
See? Okay. Shoot.
All right. This morning when I was down here to see you about Jim Olsen, you told me your department was in an uproar about the huge sums of counterfeit money that are being passed in Metropolis.
That's right. And what's more, it's so bad that the mayor and city council have demanded that we break the ring before the end of the week, or suffer a shake-up in the department. And that'll mean a lot of heads getting lopped up.
It will, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm offering to help you break this thing wide open. I think I know a way. The only way it can be done quickly.
Yeah? How?
First, you've got to release Mary Hennig.
Oh, man, I should have seen that coming.
Now, wait a minute, Inspector. There's a good, sound reason for it.
Nothing doing, Kent, and that's final.
Oh, please, Inspector, at least wait till I've finished. If you still feel the same way then, all right, I'll give up.
Okay. Go ahead. What's your brainstorm?
Just this. As Mary told you, she was first approached by this Biff Morgan boy to work with him in what he called an easy money racket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, since he gave her the phony bills, my hunch is that he's working for the counterfeit gang. Do you follow me?
Yeah. Go on.
Well, my plan is for Mary, who, incidentally, I'm convinced wants to keep on going straight, to contact Morgan, tell him she's reconsidered and wants to get in on the easy money he spoke of.
Then she joins the gang and works undercover for us, eh?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That way she can find out who are the important men in the gang, and she can also collect enough evidence for you to crack them wide open and send them each up for a long term.
Well, sounds pretty good.
Pretty good? Why, it's perfect, Inspector. It can't fail.
If the girl's on the level.
Oh, she is. I'll vouch for her.
Do you think she'd do it?
I'm sure she would. She'd do anything to clear her name or to prove her desire to go straight.
No, I'm afraid of it, Kent.
Well, why?
Well, it's too risky.
No,
if that kid got caught or anything happened to her, I'd never forgive myself.
Well, don't worry about that. I'll see that nothing happens to her.
You will?
Yes, that's right.
Who in blazes do you think you are, Superman?
Yeah, I mean, no, but I can
still think it's too risky for the girl, and we'd better forget it.
But, Inspector, you can't...
Excuse me.
All right.
Anderson speaking. Oh? Oh, yes, Mr. Mayor. Yes, sir. Well, no, sir, not yet. Well, we're doing everything we... But yet, yes, I understand. 48 hours? But that's impossible. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I will, sir. Goodbye. All the ding-dong tyrannical...
Well, what's up, Inspector?
My dander's up. That's what? 48 hours. Just 2 days. That's all they give me to break this case. 48 hours or else. Miracles they want. Nothing short
of...
of...
You can do it, Inspector.
What?
You can break that case within 48 hours if you'll release Mary Hennig and accept my plan.
All right, I accept.
Swell.
But get this, Kent.
What?
If that kid turns out to be a phony, or if anything happens to her, heaven help you.
Don't you worry. Just order the guard to release Mary to me, and we'll go to work at once. Now, you're sure you understand what you're to do, Mary?
Uh-huh. I'm to tell Biff Morgan I changed my mind about that easy money.
That's right. Join the gang, find out as much as you can about the big shots, and report to me.
Okay, Mr. Kent.
Not frightened, are you?
Well, not exactly. Just nervous a little.
Now, don't you worry about anything, Mary. Play your hand smart. Take no unnecessary risks. When and if you think trouble is brewing, get in touch with me at once, one way or another. You got that?
Yes, sir.
Good. Well, I guess this is about as close as I can take you to the hangout without danger of being seen.
Gee, I don't know how to thank you for this chance, Mr. Kent.
Don't bother. I believe you deserve it, and I'm counting on you to do a good job.
Thanks. And so long, sir.
So long, Mary. Good luck.
Driving off, Clark Kent leaves Mary Hennig standing alone on a street corner in the slum neighborhood where she is to begin a dangerous undercover job in an effort to clear her name. What will happen? We'll know more in a moment when we return for the suspenseful climax of today's episode. So stand by.
You know, gang, the community chest is mighty, mighty important to fellows and girls all over the country. It helps keep your clubs going, you know, organizations like the Boy Scouts and the Campfire Girls and the Girl Scouts. And it also supports summer camps and provides health and medical care and recreation for thousands and thousands of young people every year. So, how about telling Mom and Dad that you're interested in their gift to the Community Chest campaign in your community this year? And if you can, earn or give money to the Community Chest yourself.
Going directly to the hangout where she knew he would be found, Mary Hennig buttonholed Biff Morgan, the young hoodlum who passed the counterfeit money on her after vainly urging her to join her old friends in an easy money racket. As we rejoin her on the curb in front of a pool room, the young girl has just told Morgan she's changed her mind and has decided to accept his offer. Listen.
I don't get it, Chick. Mary.
Ah, go on. Call me chicken. I'm through with that sweet Mary stuff.
Yeah? What's the pitch?
I want to get in on that easy dough you was telling me about.
come you changed your mind so all of a sudden? Last time I saw you, you gave me a fast freeze and a quick brush.
Sure, I know. You set me thinking. The more I think, the more I'm sure I'm a sucker, see?
Go on, keep talking.
When I see how I work my head off for peanuts at the newspaper joint, I figure I'm a sap.
That ain't what you said the last time.
Yeah, I know. I told you I've been thinking, didn't I?
Yeah, go on.
Well, like I say, I work my head off there and nobody's ever satisfied. They want blood for their few bucks a week. Then today, that was a clincher.
What happened?
I made a little mistake. Nothing important. Editor White. He's the boss. Nearly snapped my head off. Boiled the daylights out of me. So, I quit.
This on the level, Chickie?
Sure. You don't think I'd string you, do you?
I don't know. You might.
Oh, now look there.
It's kind of hard to swallow stuff like this after the way you talked the other day.
But I told you started me thinking. You made me see what a sap I was to work for buttons when I could make plenty of cabbage without beating my brains out.
Chickie, you're beginning to sound like your old self again.
Oh, I feel like it, Biff. Say, what do you say? Get me in?
Sure I can. I'll take you to see the boss.
Oh, gee, that's swell.
But I warn you, Chickie, he's a plenty smart apple, see? You can spot a phony a mile away. You get me?
Yeah. Sure.
So you better be on the level, because if you're not, well, they're liable to find you floating in the river. You understand?
Yeah. I understand.
Okay, kid, come on.
Swallowing hard and gritting her teeth, Mary Hennig clenches her fists in an effort to stop her frightened shaking as she follows Biff Morgan to what may well be her doom. What will happen? Will Mary get away with her deception and learn enough about the counterfeit ring to clear her name? Or will the boss whom Biff Morgan spoke of see through her? All we can tell you right now, gang, is that Superman has really got a job worthy of his mettle to perform before this adventure goes much farther. So don't miss a single episode. Tune in again tomorrow, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. You know, gang, words can have a wonderful taste to them. Like on a frosty morning, you could almost taste words like crisp, crunchy, crinkly. Crumbles, that name just fits, doesn't it? Crumbles, Kellogg's Crumbles. Just seems to go with words like crisp and crunchy. It's such a toasty kind of cereal, sort of sweet and mellow-rich. And you know, it's the only cereal in the whole wide world in those little crinkly shreds of good whole wheat. Crisp, crunchy, crinkly, crumbles for breakfast, Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, Clark Kent's plan to round up the counterfeit racketeers begins to operate as young Mary Hennig appears to return to her former criminal habits in an undercover effort to clear her own name.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal, Dan McCullough. Say, you like birthdays, don't you? Because getting a present is always lots of fun. Well, then, gang, you'll really go for the 49 different prizes you can get in packages of Kellogg's Pep. Sure, you'll get a bang out of all three kinds of those swell prizes. First off, it's mighty exciting to see which one you'll get in your next Pep package. Maybe it'll be a bright-colored comic button featuring a favorite comic strip character, 18 in all to collect and to pin on your jacket or your beanie cap. Or maybe it'll be a bird picture in gleaming color with a full description on the reverse side. You can collect 24 of them. Or maybe your next pet prize will be one of 7 colored cardboard plane models. A cinch to put together. Yes, sir, and that makes 49 different prizes you can collect from packages of Pep, the Sunshine cereal. While all that time, you can be enjoying breakfast with those crunchy golden whole wheat flakes of Pep. Flakes that are golden toasted, all crisp and catchy tasting as you spoon them up. Is Pep a treat? So ask Mom to get you Kellogg's Pep tomorrow and look for your prize inside the package.
And now, the adventures of Superman. When Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane were arrested for passing counterfeit money, Jimmy revealed that they had received the money from young Mary Hennig, alias Chickie, part-time office and copy girl at the Daily Planet. Mary insisted she had not known the money was counterfeit and said she had accepted it in payment of a debt from a boy named Biff Morgan, a member of the gang she had once belonged to. With the reluctant consent of Inspector Henderson, Kent devised a plan which he hoped would clear Mary and also lead the police to the counterfeiting gang which was showering Metropolis with bad money. Kent told Mary,
Go to Biff Morgan and tell him you changed your mind about going straight. Say you want some of the easy money he said you could make, and get him to take you to the people he's working for.
Mary approached Biff, who promised to take her to his boss. As we continue now, the two youngsters are walking down a corridor in a shabby office building. Mary is acting as Chickie, the tough girl she used to be.
What's this office we're going to, Biff?
Reliable messenger service.
Messenger service. We'll run messages?
Yeah, that's right.
Ah, what are you giving me? Where does this soft touch come in?
You'll find out. Here we are.
Oh.
Well, what you waiting for? Go on in.
Okay.
Hiya, Herman. Is the boss in?
Yeah, he's in.
Well, brush the hair out of your eyes and tell him Mr. Biff Morgan and Miss Chickie Hennig is here. Let's tell him, huh, Chickie?
Sit down, Biff. Voice is busy.
Yeah, but I got an appointment with him. How long's he going to be busy?
How do I know? Sit down and shut up, or I'll sit you down and shut you up.
Some kidder, ain't you, Herman? Guess we might just as well sit down, Chickie.
Who's this Herman character?
That's the boss's assistant. Answers a phone and stuff. You know what he can do?
What?
He can tear a telephone book right in half.
Ah, go on. That little runt.
I seen him do it. He's got hands like an ape's. And boy, is he mean. Once, 2 of the kids, real big kids, got him sore. He picked one up in each hand like they were babies and held them out of the window.
Wow.
I think he would have dropped them. Mr. Pearlie hadn't come in and made him put him down.
Jeepers.
So don't ever get him sore.
Oh, I won't. Say, who's this, Mr. Pearlie you mentioned?
He's the boss of the joint. He's the...
That's Mr. Pearlie's buzzer. You two kids go on into Mr. Pearlie's office.
Okay. Come on, Chickie. This is Chickie Hennig, Mr. Pearlie, the kid I told you about.
Hi.
Glad to see you, Chickie. Sit down.
Thanks.
Biff tells me you want a job.
Sure. It's the right kind.
What do you mean?
Short hours, plenty of moolah.
She's got the right idea, huh, Mr. Pearlie?
But if that's what you want, why you been knocking yourself out on that newspaper job?
Oh, I was a dope. When Al Vinson and Maud Higgins got sent up the river, well, they're the guys I used to work for.
I know.
I got cold feet. I decided I'd better go straight. Anyhow, till the heat was off. I can't take no more of that stuff. Working every day after school and all day Saturday, and for what? $15 a week.
Peanuts, huh, boss?
Sure. And who wants to live on peanuts? I'm no elephant.
Pretty good, huh, Mr. Pearlie?
Shut up. Did Biff tell you anything about this job?
Oh, just that there ain't much work or risk, and easy pickings. That's what I'm looking for.
That's all you know?
That's all?
Well, I'll tell you a little more about it. I run a messenger service. People call us up to pick up railroad or plane tickets for them, or theater reservations. Now the truck strike is on, they want us to pick up packages for them at the stores.
Uh-huh.
Also, they want us to return the stuff for them sometimes and bring them back their money.
Hmm.
That's what I want smart kids for, to pick up the stuff for my customers, see?
Don't sound to me like you need smart kids for that. All they need is a pair of feet.
And the way it works out, sometimes they need a fast pair of feet, huh, Mr. Pearlie?
Keep your big mouth shut, Biff.
But I just said
Shut
that...
up.
Well...
You talk too much. Well, Chickie, do you think you'd be interested in a job like that?
What's in it?
$40 a week.
$40? Not bad. What's the rest of the setup?
What do you mean?
Look, paying $40 a week for a job you can get plenty of kids to do for $15. What's the gimmick?
That's all there is, sister.
I don't want the job. So long, Mr.
Wait
Cole.
a minute.
Nothing doing. I'm no chump. Some angle you ain't telling me about, and I don't go into anything with my eyes closed.
Good girl, Chickie. You have got brains.
Thanks.
If you'd accepted the job blind, I wouldn't have hired you.
I told you she was smart.
Now, skip the flowers. I'm not born until I know what gives.
Okay. Here's the setup.
About time.
Don't be sore. I was just trying you out. Now listen. Some of our customers are in trouble with the police. That's why they have us do their errands for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be sharp. If a clerk at a railroad station or at a store acts suspicious, looks at the money a long time, or stalls you, while maybe he's calling the house dick, you got to take it on the lam fast, see?
Well, I don't get it. Why should they look at the money a long time? You mean it's phony?
Where'd you get that idea?
Huh? Why, they said they might look at the money a long time. Why should they do that and store me while they call a dick? If the money's okay, I mean.
I didn't say they would. I said they might.
Oh.
In order to keep you around while they investigated the client you were working for, or to trail you. If they were suspicious of the client, that is.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, Mr. Pearly, when do I go to work?
Right now.
That's swell.
There's $260 in this envelope. Take it to the Eastern Railroad Station, to the reservation window. Give the clerk the money. He'll give you 2 compartment reservations on the Limited to California.
2 compartments and the Limited.
That's right.
Right.
It's all written on the envelope here. Bring the tickets back to this office, and I'll tell you what to do then.
Okay, I'm on my way. So long, fellas.
Hey, wait, Chickie. Look, don't you want me to go along with her, Mr. Pearly, the first
No,
time?
that won't be necessary. Besides, I got a job for you, too. Go ahead, Chickie.
Okay.
Now get this, Biff. I want you and Herman to trail her.
But you just said
I didn't want her to suspect you, dummy. She may be all right, but I didn't like that crack she made about phony money. Hurry now. Get Herman and follow her.
Unaware that she is being trailed, Mary Hennig leaves the shabby office building and rides the crowded subway to the Eastern Railroad Station. There in the huge, busy waiting room, she looks about her swiftly, then slips into the last one of a row of telephone booths and removes the envelope Pearlie had given her from her handbag. Carefully, she examines the crisp $10 and $20 bills, then inserts a coin in the phone slot, dials a number.
Oh, if only Mr. Kent was there.
Daily Planet.
Oh, Mr. Clark Kent, please, hurry.
1 minute, please.
He's got to be there.
Hello?
Mr. Kent?
Yes, who's this?
This is Mary Henning.
Oh, yes, Mary. I've been waiting to hear from you. How did it go?
Fine, listen now. I'm at the railroad station. I've got $260 in counterfeit money they gave me.
You have? How did you
Now,
get
they gave me a job. Listen, can you get over here right away?
Yes, of course. Where are you?
At the railroad station. You'd better hurry. They expected me to come right back.
But which railroad station? There are 3 in Metropolis.
I'm at the... Creepers, Biff and Herman. They must have followed me.
Listen, Mary, which railroad
Oh,
station?
gosh, they're going to open the... I've got to hang up.
No, wait, Mary.
Okay, Chickie.
Biff.
Yeah, we got you.
Terrified, Mary Hennig looks up at Biff Morgan and the scowling, brutish Herman, who blocked the door of the phone booth. We'll return in a moment for the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
You know how it is, gang. If you get up feeling cheerful, most likely you've got a good day ahead. So start your day right by having fun right at the breakfast table with a bowl of Kellogg's Pep. Is it good? Why, Kellogg's Pep has a regular talent for tickling your taste. It's a regular fun feast. Those delicate whole wheat flakes are so crisp and fresh, so downright catchy tasting that, well, you get a bang out of every single spoonful. Yes, sir, and who wouldn't get a bang out of those slick Pep prizes? 3 different kinds of prizes, one or the other in every package of Pep you open. For instance, you may find one of 24 keen bird pictures in gleaming bright color with a description on the reverse side so that you'll have the lowdown on these high flyers. Or you may find an exciting colored cardboard model of a fighting plane, easy and fun to assemble. And you can collect all 7 model planes in the series. Or your next Pep prize may be a bright-colored comic button, picturing one of 18 famous characters right out of the funnies to pin on your beanie cap or your jacket. So hop to it, gang. Collect all 3 kinds of these smooth prizes. Ask Mom to get you Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal.
Trapped in a phone booth at the Eastern Railroad Station while making a phone call to Clark Kent, Mary Hennig sees Biff Morgan and Herman, Mr. Pearlie's assistant, blocking the narrow doorway.
What are you two doing here?
You didn't expect to see us, eh, Chickie?
No,
Who were you calling up?
Who? Oh, I was calling my mother.
I suppose you were reading her the numbers of the bills in that envelope.
Oh, these?
Yeah, those. You were calling the cops, weren't you?
The cops? Are you crazy, Biff?
Oh, yeah? Listen, you...
Not here, Biff. Come with us, Chickie.
Now, wait a minute. Where you take...
You'll find out. Now, come along. Don't try to scream or attract any attention, or... You see this knife?
Yeah.
You try anything, you'll feel it. In your heart. Come on.
Pale, her knees like water, Mary Hennig walks through the railroad station between Biff Morgan and the ape-like Herman, not daring to call out. Meanwhile, Clark Kent, having resumed his true identity of Superman, has streaked across the city to the large Union Railroad station. Hovering above it in the sky, he anxiously searches the crowds below him.
Hundreds of people down there in the station. Don't see Mary, though. Wait a minute, that girl... No, that isn't Mary. Well, I'll try the North River Station, then the Eastern. If only she told me which one she was in. Away!
Red cape streaming in the wind, Superman rockets across the city once more to the North River Station. Fortunately, not choosing the Eastern, where Mary at this moment is stepping into a car with Biff Morgan and Herman. What will happen to young Mary Hennig? Tomorrow's episode is packed with suspense, gang, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines. And it's brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. On a chilly morning when your nose wakes up half frozen, gang, that's Crumbles weather. Just the time for a toasty kind of cereal with zip and go. Kellogg's Crumbles. Just the name to make you think of toasty words like crisp, crunchy, crinkly. Crumbles. You know, it's the only cereal in the whole wide world made in those little crinkly shreds of real whole wheat, sort of sweet and mellow rich. This is Crumbles weather, gang. Just the time for crisp, crunchy, crinkly. Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, Clark Kent makes a desperate but vain attempt to stop Inspector Henderson from doing something which, as you will see, would be the equivalent of signing the death warrant for Mary Hennig.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal, Dan McCullough. You know, gang, there's come on in just the sight of a dish of Kellogg's Pep at the breakfast table. Pep looks so crisp and sunny and golden that, well, you can hardly wait to pitch in. And believe you me, a bowl of Pep tastes just as good as it looks. Those crunchy whole wheat flakes are crammed with the sunny, catchy kind of flavor that Pep is famous for. Why, Pep is called the Sunshine Cereal. Yes, sir, when it comes to brightening up breakfast, Pep's a terrific hit. And Pep's terrific, too, when it comes to swell prizes. 3 different kinds of prizes, one or the other in every Pep package. Makes each prize seem 3 times as exciting because you never know which one you're going to get. For instance, you might find a colored cardboard model of a fighting plane, and you'd be smart to collect all 7 model planes in the series. Or you might find one of Pep's 24 full-color bird pictures with a full description on the reverse side to help you know these birds every time. Or you might find a bright-colored comic button picturing one of 18 different comic strip characters to pin right on your jacket or your beanie cap. So get in on the fun, gang. Ask Mom to get you Kellogg's Pep first thing tomorrow. Oh, and here's another thing, a tip. Next week, I'm going to have some big news for you, so be sure you listen.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Charged with passing counterfeit money, young Mary Hennig, a reformed juvenile delinquent and a Daily Planet employee, followed Clark Kent's directions and contacted a boy named Biff Morgan, who had given her the money. Convincing Biff that she was returning to her former dishonest ways, Mary was taken to see a Mr. Purley, manager of what appeared to be a legitimate messenger service. Purley hired the girl and sent her to a railroad station to pick up some train reservations. Examining the money Purley gave her, Mary discovered it was counterfeit and immediately phoned Kent. But before she could tell him which railroad station she was in, she was seized by Biff and a man named Herman and taken away in a car. As Superman, he searched all 3 metropolis railroad stations. But as we continue now, once more in his guise of Kent, he is at police headquarters where Inspector Henderson, furious, calls him down. Listen.
Call me as soon as you heard from her. I'd have thrown a squad of men around each of the 3 stations.
Couldn't take the time to call you, Inspector. I told you Mary was in danger.
What do you mean you couldn't take the time?
I couldn't
Our
take the
3 railroad stations are miles apart.
So?
How could you figure to cover them all faster than we could?
Well,
Kent, sometimes you do the dumbest thing.
Oh, now, look.
The chances are this chickie kid, Mary, is 100 miles away by this time and laughing at us.
Laughing? What do you mean?
I mean she played you for a sap. And me, too.
How?
Well, it's clear she's working hand in glove with a counterfeiting gang that's flooding this town with bad money.
Oh, no, you're wrong, Inspector.
Nuts. I should have hung on to her. And instead, I let you talk me into letting her go. I ought to have my head examined.
Now, wait.
Do you realize the mayor has given me 48 hours to round up the gang or else?
Of course, I know that.
This means my neck, Kent. Mary Hennig was the only lead we had to the counterfeiting gang.
Right.
And now that she's gotten away, I'm sunk.
No, you're not.
Finished, washed up.
Oh, ridiculous, Inspector. Mary isn't the girl she used to be when she was called Chickie.
No?
No. I'm as convinced of her innocence as I am of my own.
Look, Kent, I used to think you were a smart guy. But that kid played you for a sucker.
She did
And
not.
what hurts me is that I let you play me for one.
Oh, stop that nonsense.
Nonsense?
Yes. The important thing right now is that Mary is in danger. Great danger.
Nuts. She's giving us the Mary ha-ha, that's what.
I only knew where to look for her. Look, Inspector, have you put out an alarm for Biff Morgan?
Oh, naturally. We haven't been able to pick him up. He must have scrammed, too.
I'm worried. Only knew where Mary is. If I had just the tiniest clue to where she is.
As Clark Kent, instinctively sensing trouble, worries fretfully about young Mary Hennig, the girl is herself trembling inwardly with fear for her life as she stands in the private office of Mr. Purley, manager of what appears to be a messenger service.
Nice work, Biff. You and Herman did exactly right in bringing her back to the office.
Yeah, that dirty little double-crosser.
I am not. Listen, Mr.
Shut
Purley.
up, Chickie. Did you or Herman hear who she was talking to on the phone, Biff?
Well, no, I didn't, but I'm
Herman?
sure.
No, but it must have been the cops.
It wasn't. I'm telling you.
I think it was. Look, let me have her for a few minutes, boss. I'll choke the truth out of
No,
her.
don't touch me.
Let her alone, Herman.
But, boss, she
Let her
can't-
alone, I said. Now, Chickie, come clean, or it'll be just too bad for you. Who were you phoning in the railroad station?
My mother.
Ah, baloney.
She's lying, boss. Just let me...
I'm not lying. I did call my mother. I remembered. I didn't tell the Daily Planet I quit, or my mother either. The Planet called up to find out where I was. The old lady might think something happened to me and call the cops. I didn't want the coppers looking for me, so
She's lying, boss. Just let me get the truth out of her for you.
Don't let him touch me.
Let her alone, Herman.
Oh, boss.
Cut it out. That's a smooth story you tell, Chickie.
Oh, it's true, Mr. Purley. Honest it is. Look at... Why should I want to double-cross you? You showed me a way to make real money, and that's what I want.
Yeah, ask her what she was doing with all the dough out of the envelope and why she was looking at it when we caught her in the phone booth.
Well, Chickie?
Oh, that. Why,
You say she can't answer. I tell you she
Shut
was
up,
looking...
Biff. How about it, Chickie? Why were you examining the money I gave you? Looking for something special?
I don't know what you mean, Mr. Purley.
Quit stalling. What were you looking for?
I was, okay, I'll tell you. I didn't want to say this before, and I didn't want you to laugh at me, but, well, Said there were $260 in the envelope.
So?
Well, I never seen that much money before. Not all at once, I mean. So I just wanted to see it and feel it, sorta.
Is that so?
I tell you, she's lying, boss. Look, if you'll just let me work on
no,
it.
I told you the truth, so help me, I did.
Maybe you are telling the truth, Chicky.
I don't know. Maybe it was like she said. She always used to be all right, Joe.
Rats! Listen to me, boss. I say she's lying. You oughtn't to take any chances.
I don't intend to take any chances, Herman. The big shot wouldn't like it if anything happened. Now.
What do you mean?
You mean you're going to let me take care of the boss?
No, Herman. I'm simply going to dispense with Chicky's services.
What?
How was that again, boss?
I said I'm going to dispense with her services. She's fired, at least for the time being.
Oh, now
Here,
look.
Chicky, here's a $5 bill.
Oh, but
A very good $5 bill, by the way, in case any of your friends are interested. That should pay you for your work today. Goodbye now.
Oh, but gee whiz, why can't you give me another chance?
We don't need you. Business is kind of slow at the moment.
But you said you needed kids.
Things have slowed down. If it picks up again and nothing happens to make me change my mind about you, I may get in touch with you. Goodbye, Chicky.
Oh, but gee whiz, I want this job. Look at, I'll work for less dough. Oh, if you'll just let me stay.
Sorry, Chicky. Goodbye.
But listen,
Go on. Beat it.
Well, okay. That's the way you feel about it.
Sorry, Chicky.
Skip it. So long.
So long, Chick.
Boss, you got to listen to me. I tell you...
Wait, Herman. You wait in the reception room, Biff. Answer the phone if it rings.
Okay, Mr. Fairley.
Now listen to me, boss.
Wait. Biff knows too much now. I don't want him to know any more.
But look, boss, we can't let Chicky get away. If she's working
If
with
she
the
is, neither she nor they have a thing on us. We got the money back that I gave her for the tickets.
I know, but suppose she tips them on this joint and they come up
They
here.
won't find a thing except $100 or so in good United States Treasury money.
Yeah, but they'll watch us. They'll queer the swellest racket we ever had. Why don't you let me get rid of her right now before she can get to the police?
Don't you see we can't touch her now? If she did call the cops from the station and tell them about us, and then something happens to her, they'd know we did it.
Oh, yeah, I never thought of that.
I know you didn't. But don't think I'm going to let Chicky get away if she is working with the cops.
Yeah, but you
Shut
just
up
said
and listen. I said we can't touch Chicky now. Not till she's checked in safely at her home or police headquarters or someplace. After leaving us. Now then, if the police show up here, we'll know she tipped them off. Then, to make sure she can't testify against us in court, we'll get her.
How long do you think we'll have to wait to find out?
Not long. If the cops do show up, it ought to be today. Then right after they leave, we'll find Chicky and finish her.
We'll be back in a moment with the tense climax of today's episode. So stand by.
Say, how you coming with your collection of pet prizes? The model planes or the bird pictures or the comic buttons? Well, here's an idea to help you along. Sometimes it may happen that the prize you get in your package of Kellogg's Pep is a duplicate of one that you already have. For instance, you may collect 2 Curtiss Helldiver model planes when you're trying to collect Pep's 7 different model planes. Well, then, just swap duplicates with a gang. Sure, and you can swap duplicates of those slick, full-color bird pictures, too, to help you round up your collection of bird pictures. Or if in your next package of Pep you find a comic button picturing, say, Moon Mullins, when you were hoping for one of Orphan Annie or Superman, why, somebody in the gang sure do want to make a trade. That way you'll have fun getting together your collection of all 3 kinds of pet prizes. And all the while, every morning at breakfast, you can be piling in those crisp, delicious flakes of Pep. Think of the keen, catchy flavor, that fresh, full wheat flavor, that terrific Pep flavor. Yes, sir, a bowl of Pep is strictly on the beam. So ask Mom for Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal, and look for your prize inside the package. And say, don't forget about that big news I promised for next week. It's terrific, so be sure to listen in.
Learning at the Daily Planet that Clark Kent was at police headquarters, young Mary Hennig hurried there. Now, in Inspector Henderson's office, she has just finished telling Kent and Henderson her story.
Inspector, do you still think Mary is working with the counterfeiters?
I don't know, Kent. This could be a trick to throw me off the track.
Oh, no, it isn't a trick, Mr. Inspector. Honest.
Of course not.
Well, I'll find out within the next half hour.
What do you mean?
Just a moment.
Yes, Inspector?
Find Sergeant Healy and send him in here.
Yes, sir.
Now, what do you mean you'll find out within the next half hour, Inspector?
I'm going to raid that messenger service and find out if that is where the phony money is coming from.
Oh, great Scott, you can't do that.
What do you mean I
You'll
can't?
gum up the whole works because this fella Pearlie is suspicious of Mary. That's why he fired her.
So what?
So now he's expecting her to go to the police. And with a raid, you'll tip him off that you suspect him. Once you do that, you'll never get the goods on him and the people behind him. You recall Mary said he mentioned a big shot?
That's right, he did.
What we've got to do is make Pearlie believe he was wrong about Mary. Quiet his suspicions and then sell her back to him.
Nothing doing.
But
I bought your plan before, Kent, but I'm not buying this one.
But, Inspector,
Save
the
it,
only...
Kent. I've got 46 hours left in which to clean up this counterfeiting racket. And nothing's going to stand in my way.
Huh.
If Pearlie is our man, as Mary says, I'll get him, and I'll get his gang.
But you won't. You'll
if
only get...
Pearlie is in the clear, then I'll know Mary is giving us the runaround.
No.
And I have suspect she
No,
is.
Inspector, I'm telling you the truth.
Anyhow, from here in, I'm doing this my way.
Oh, please listen, Inspector. I tell you, you're making a big mistake.
Well, if I am, it's my responsibility. But I don't think so.
You want me, Inspector?
Yes, Healy. We're going to make a little call on an outfit called the Reliable Messenger Service.
Oh, please, Inspector, wait just a minute.
Get
Let's
out of my
figure
way,
this-
Kent. Let's go, Healy.
Thrusting Clark Kent aside, Inspector Henderson leaves his office bound for the Reliable Messenger Service, unaware that this raid pronounces a death sentence for Mary Hennig. For, as Pearlie told his assistant, the ape-like Herman,
If the cops do show up here, it ought to be today. If and when that happens, we'll find Chicky and finish him.
what will happen? Especially since even Clark Kent, who is Superman, does not know that if Henderson goes through with the raid, Mary Hennig's life will be forfeit. Tomorrow's episode is packed with suspense and action, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Crumbles. Crumbles. Kellogg's Crumbles. Say that over a couple of times. Just goes with toasty words like crisp, crunchy, crinkly, doesn't it? And that's just what Crumbles is. A toasty kind of cereal for a frosty morning, sort of sweet and mellow rich. And you know, gang, Kellogg's Crumbles is the only cereal in the whole wide world made in those crinkly shreds of real whole wheat. So good to eat and so good for you. Crisp, crunchy, crinkly, Crumbles, Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, Superman as Clark Kent unwittingly places the unsuspecting Mary Hennig squarely in the path of a violent death.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal, Dan McCullough. Say, you're collecting those swell pep prizes, aren't you? The model planes, the full-color pictures of birds, or comic buttons to pin on your jacket or your beanie cap? Well, by now you must have quite a flock of them because, of course, there's a prize in every single package of pep you open. And they sure are swell prizes, all three kinds. For instance, in your next package of Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, you may find a colored cardboard model of a famous fighting plane, one of 7 in the great Pep Air Fleet. Or you'll find one of 24 beautiful color pictures of birds with a full description so you can identify these birds anywhere. Or you'll find one of a grand series of 18 colored comic buttons with characters straight out of the funnies, just as if Pep's golden crispness and sunny flavor weren't a prize all by themselves. Why, Pep's so strictly terrific tasting that a bowl of those crunchy golden whole wheat flakes makes breakfast a regular fun feast. You get that catchy Pep flavor, and bingo! Your spoon just naturally dips down in your bowl for more. So ask Mom to get you a supply of Kellogg's Pep tomorrow first thing. And say, gang, next week I'm going to have some terrific news about something that you're going to want to have. So don't miss Superman.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Faced with a long prison term on the charge of passing counterfeit money, young Mary Hennig, reformed juvenile delinquent and part-time employee of the Daily Planet, undertook a dangerous mission in an attempt to prove her innocence. Pretending to have returned to her former dishonest ways, Mary sought employment in a messenger service conducted by a man named Pearlie, one of whose boys had given her the counterfeit money. But the girl incurred Pearlie's suspicion when she telephoned Clark Kent, and as a result, was fired. Despite Kent's objections, Inspector Henderson insisted on raiding Pearlie's office, not knowing that Pearlie had told a henchman.
If the cops raid this place, we'll know the Hennig kid tipped them off. And we'll get her before she can testify against us.
As we continue now, unaware that he is about to sign Mary's death warrant, Inspector Henderson is in a police car with Sergeant Healy, en route to Pearlie's office. Listen.
You figure this Pearlie guy's putting counterfeit money around through these messenger kids. Is that it, Inspector?
Well, that's what Mary Hennig says, Healy. And if she's lying, she'll go up for a long stretch. She's on probation now, you know.
Yeah. Well, I sure hope this trip pans out. You see the afternoon papers?
Uh-huh. How do you like that mayor? Giving us 48 hours to get those counterfeiters.
How does he get that way? Doesn't he know we've been breaking our necks for weeks trying to find that gang?
I don't know. But this may be the payoff at last, Healy.
I sure hope so.
Imagine Clark Kent trying to talk me out of this raid.
Kent did? Why?
Oh, just one of his cockeyed notions. Hey, look out, Healy, in front of you.
Damn Cussler. Look, Inspector, it's
Superman.
Sorry to startle you, gentlemen, but this is urgent.
Well, I'll be hanged. It is Superman.
Right. Mind if I get in? I'll attract too much attention standing in the street.
No. Come on in.
Thanks.
Hey, listen. What's the idea?
I'll be brief, Inspector. I've just looked over Mr. Pearlie's office, the reliable messenger service.
You have?
Why? Well, that's where we were going.
I know you were, but I can save you a lot of trouble. My search proved there is no counterfeit money in Pearlie's office, nor is there any equipment for making money.
There isn't?
No.
But
Take my word for it. My hunch is that Pearlie suspected Mary Hennig might tip you off, and he cleaned out all the evidence in anticipation of a visit from you.
That's what Clark Kent said. Listen, Superman.
What?
How did you know about Pearlie and Mary Hennig?
Why, Kent contacted me a few minutes ago.
How?
Kent did?
He said he was sure Pearlie would expect you and suggested that your raid would only drive him and his associates undercover, so that you'd never get the goods on them.
But that's a
Please
lot of
don't think I'm trying to tell you how to run your department, Inspector. But if you'll take my advice, you'll go back to your office and listen to Kent. He has a plan to suggest which I think might work.
Well, if you say so, Superman.
Thanks, Inspector. I don't think you'll regret it. I've got to be going.
Oh, thanks for the assist.
Don't mention it. Good luck. Up and away!
Well, if you can sell your idea to Superman, Kent, I guess the least I can do is listen to it.
Thanks, Inspector. Here's what I have in mind. First, we've got to get Mary Hennig back into Pearlie's good graces so she can go on with what she started.
Uh-huh.
Then, when she finds out where he gets his phony money and who are the people higher up, you swoop down on them and break the ring.
Yeah, that sounds good. But how are we going to do it? You know Pearlie fired Mary because he's suspicious of her.
Yes, I know, but I want you and Healy to pull a little raid on Pearlie. A friendly raid, so to speak.
Are you nuts, Kent?
What?
You did your best to talk me out of a raid, and now
wait
you're
a minute,
trying...
wait a minute. Let me explain, Inspector. The idea is for Mary to telephone.
Reliable messenger service. Pearlie speaking.
Hello, Mr. Pearlie. This is Mary Hennig.
Who?
Mary Hennig, you know, Chickie.
Oh. Look, kid, I told you I'd call you when I wanted you. So don't bother calling me.
Wait, Mr. Pearlie. I'm downstairs, see, in the lobby.
I don't care where you are. I'm busy now.
Wait,
so...
will you? I just saw Inspector Henderson.
You saw who?
Inspector Henderson. He's on my way in to see you to ask for my job back. I saw him get out of his car with another cop. I know him on account of the time I got arrested.
You saw him get out of his car where?
Right here in front of your building. Went in the lobby. The dick with him looked at the directory on the wall. Here it is. Reliable messenger service, room 922.
He did, huh?
Yeah. They're right on their way up to the elevator now. But I'd better tip you off in case.
Much obliged, kid. Maybe you'll hear from me later. Well, Inspector, are you satisfied there's no counterfeit money on my premises, or do you want to rip up the carpets?
No, I don't think that'll be necessary, Mr. Pearlie. Looks like this was the wrong steer. Sorry to bother you.
That's all right. But I'd like to know why you picked on my place, where I run a legitimate messenger service.
Oh, I'm sure you do. But you've probably read in the papers about a counterfeiting gang operating in Metropolis?
Why, yes, I have, but...
Well, two youngsters who tried to pass counterfeit money in a department store were traced to this neighborhood. They got away, but we've been keeping a lookout for them. Now, a lot of youngsters were seen coming in and out of this building, so we investigated. Discovered there was a messenger service here. We just popped in on the chance, that's all.
I see.
Well, I won't bother you again, sir. Sorry I did this time, but you know how it is. Police can't afford to overlook anything.
Sure, I know. No hard feelings, Inspector.
Good. So long, Mr. Pearlie. Come on, Huey.
Hey, goodbye, Inspector. The dope. Okay, Herman. You can stop making like a bookkeeper. They're gone.
Cops, I hate them.
Oh, you hate everybody, you old sourpuss.
No, I don't hate you, boss.
Good thing you don't, or I'd find a knife in my rib. But you got to admit you were wrong this time.
About what?
About that Chicky kid. You were sure she was working with the cops.
And I still say she is.
Are you not? I told you she tipped me off Henderson was coming here.
Yeah, I can't figure that out. But I still say she's a double-crosser, and I can tell, boss.
Never mind. Come on now, we got to work fast.
Work at what?
Packing. We got to move out of this place.
Move? Why?
Why? Because of the cops, you dope. They were here once, and they might come again. Especially if they're watching this neighborhood.
Oh, you don't mean we're going to have...
No, we're going to a different neighborhood, that's all. Also, I'll have to build up a whole new organization. New kids. We can't take any chances. We don't know which two kids the cops spotted and trailed.
Maybe it was that Biff Morgan kid. You better get rid of him anyhow. He knows too much.
Biff's all right. He's the only one I'll keep. Him and Chicky Henny.
Chicky? Oh, no, you don't want her, boss. She's a double-crosser, I tell you.
Of all the stubborn guys. Didn't she just prove she was okay?
Not to me, she didn't. Listen, boss, that kid is poison, I'm telling you.
And I'm telling you, you're all wet. She proved she can be depended on. And what's more, she's smart. Now, come on, start packing.
Oh, boss, please listen to me, will you? Don't have nothing to do with that Chicky kid. I won't let you.
You won't let me. Since when are you giving orders?
I know what I'm talking about.
You don't know your ear from your elbow. Shut up now and get to work. We got to move fast. The big guy says he turned out a big print run of a lot of hot money. We got to get rid of it. Fast.
Hello?
That you, Chicky?
Oh, yeah. That's Mr. Pearlie?
Mind the name. Did I wake you up, kid?
Oh, me? Nah, I don't go to sleep so early. What's on your mind, Mr. Pearlie?
No names, I said. Listen, kid, I'm making some fast changes. I got a special job for you. There's real dough in it for you, too. Are you interested?
Am I? And how? Just give me the check.
That's the way to talk. Okay, get this. You know where the Adams Hotel is on 4th Street?
Sure, I know.
All right. Meet me there in the coffee shop right away.
You bet. I'll be right over.
Dressing hurriedly, Mary Hennig leaves the small apartment, moving quietly so as not to awaken her mother and younger brother and sister. What is the special assignment which Pearlie has for her? And what further trouble will it lead her into? We'll return in a moment with the tense climax of today's episode. So stand by.
You know, gang, it's always a good idea to get up in plenty of time in the morning so that you don't have to hurry with that breakfast bowl full of Kellogg's Pep. Because Pep is so good, you want to get the full golden toasted flavor in every spoonful. Yes, sir. You don't want to skip one bit of the fun of eating those crisp, catchy flakes of whole wheat. So tomorrow morning, just hitch up your chair and settle down to some mighty smooth eating with Pep, the Sunshine cereal. Is it delicate and light? Does it taste terrific? And do you get a swell surprise when you see the nifty prize in each Pep package? A real surprise of a prize. Could be you'll find a model fighting plane in colored cardboard, one of 7 great Pep planes you can collect. Or could be you'll find one of 24 new full-color bird pictures with a description on the reverse side so that you can be hep on birds. Or could be your next Pep prize will be one of 18 bright-colored comic buttons sporting a famous comic strip character like Periwinkle or Harold Teen or Superman himself. So start collecting all 3 kinds of these keen Pep prizes. Ask Mom to get you a supply of Kellogg's Pep from the grocer tomorrow. And keep in mind that big news I promised you. Be sure to listen in on Monday, because this is something you won't want to miss.
Due to the successful operation of Clark Kent's plan, Mary Hennig is once more back in the good graces of Mr. Pearlie, who summoned her to meet him in a coffee shop late at night. As we rejoin her now, Mary has just left the hall of her tenement building and is walking up the dark, deserted street to the bus line 3 blocks away. She does not look behind her. But even if she did, it is doubtful if she would notice the dim, stooped figure of Herman, Pearlie's ape-like henchman, who slips noiselessly behind her, keeping in the thick shadows of the tenements overhung with rusty fire escapes. Grasped in one of Herman's huge hands is the bone handle of a long, thin knife, the blade of which is hidden in his sleeve. His thick, loose lips move as he mumbles to himself.
Boss wouldn't listen to me. But I know. This kid's a double-crosser. And I gotta get rid of her so she can't get us into no trouble.
Closer, Herman approaches behind the unsuspecting Mary, and closer. Now only a half-dozen paces behind her. He slips the knife out of his sleeve, and it gleams in the pale moonlight. As Mary, still unconscious of her danger, walks unconcernedly on. Has Mary Hennig, seeking to clear her name and avoid a prison sentence, only succeeded in stepping into a death trap? Oh, and what can save the young girl now? Monday's thrilling episode tells the story, gang, so don't miss it. Tune in Monday, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. When you shiver out of bed on a frosty morning, gang, that's Crumbles weather. That's when you want a toasty kind of cereal with zip and go. Kellogg's Crumbles. Just the name makes you think of toasty words like crisp, crunchy, crinkly. Crumbles, sort of sweet and mellow rich, the only cereal in the whole wide world made in those crinkly shreds of real whole wheat. You bet, gang, this is Crumbles weather. Time for crisp, crunchy, crinkly, Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us on Monday for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System. The following is transcribed.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Superman is unaware of Mary Hennig's dire peril as violent death stealthily trails her path.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, are you all set for the big news I've been promising you? Believe me, it is big. You're going to be just as excited about it as I am. Listen, you know that Superman Crusader ring Jimmy Olsen's wearing? The ring Superman said Jimmy should give out at Unity House as a symbol of good citizenship? Well, how'd you like to have a ring just like it? Yes, sir, you can get a Superman Crusader ring, too. You see, Kellogg's Pep has fixed that up for you. You can proudly wear this symbol of Superman's fight for tolerance and good sportsmanship. And is this ring terrific? Shiny and silver-looking, with Superman's picture standing out big and smiling on the front, and the word Superman Crusader on the side. That's to identify you as one of the Superman gang. And this ring is adjustable, too. You can fit it right on your finger yourself. And it's made of such sturdy metal with such a durable silver-like finish, it'll keep right on looking shiny and slick for a long, long time. Now, to get your Superman Crusader ring, here's what you do. Ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine Cereal Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. You got that? Send one Kellogg's Pep box top, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Ask Mom to get you some P-E-P, the Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
And now, the adventures of Superman. As you remember, young Mary Hennig, a reformed juvenile gang leader, also known as Chickie, who is now a Daily Planet office girl, faces a prison term on circumstantial evidence of passing counterfeit money. As part of Clark Kent's plan to clear her name, Mary pretended to return to her dishonest ways, and secured a job as a messenger for a man named Pearlie, from one of whose boys she had received the counterfeit money. Summoned to meet Pearlie late one night in a coffee shop, Mary left her house to walk to the bus line, unaware that Pearlie's henchman, a brute-like man named Herman, who was certain Mary was not to be trusted, was trailing her, a knife in his hand and murder in his eyes. As we continue now, Herman is only a pace behind the unsuspecting girl. Slowly he narrows the gap, raises his knife, and is about to plunge it into her back when suddenly he stops, the steel blade poised in midair. The snarl of fury contorting his face, he slips noiselessly into a doorway and presses back into the dark shadows as a tall figure steps into the light of the street lamp, a silver shield gleaming on his blue uniform. Listen.
Well, if it isn't Mary Hennig herself.
Oh, hello, Officer Murphy.
Faith, and where would you be going at this time of night, Mary? And alone, too.
Who, me? Oh, I got somebody to see.
Do you now? Like who, for instance?
Why, that's my business.
Sure, and maybe it's my business, too. You've been forgetting you're on probation, Colleen?
Oh, no, I didn't forget, but so what? Can't I even walk on the street without asking permission?
Sure you can. But when it's close to midnight and you're out alone, why, then it's up to me to be inquiring about it.
Well, I know, but...
You wouldn't be after slipping back into your old ways now, would you, Mary?
Oh, no, sir. Of course not, Officer Murphy. I learned my lesson. Right now, I got it.
Good. Now, where you going at this time of night, huh?
Well, I can't tell you where I'm going, Officer Murphy, but I swear I'm not going to do anything wrong, honest. It's a business secret.
A business secret, is it? Would it be having to do with a newspaper story now?
Oh, yes, it is. But I can't tell you any more, Officer. Please believe me. I'm not doing anything wrong, and I've got to hurry now or I'll be late.
All right, Mary. After all, I want you to be thinking of me as your friend, not your enemy. Which way would you be going now?
Over to 4th Avenue to get the bus.
I'd be walking along with you then, if you don't mind.
Well,
this is a dark street and it's late, so I'll see you safe to the bus. Come along.
Oh, so glad you called me back to work, Mr. Pearlie.
I figured I needed a smart girl like you.
Thanks. What's the special job you said you got for me?
Well, it's like this, Chickie. You see, I'm moving my office to a new location over on Front Street.
Moving, huh? Why?
Because I don't like cops dropping around. And since your friend, Inspector Henderson, was in today...
He ain't no friend of mine.
Don't I know it? You did yourself a good turn when you tipped me off he was coming. And not that he would have found anything wrong, understand. But you proved you were on your toes and in there pitching for me. So now I'm going to do something for you.
Yeah? What's cooking?
Here's the pitch. When I decided to move my office, I decided to let all my messengers go, too. All except you and Biff Morgan.
How come? Said you needed lots of messages.
Yeah, but a couple of the kids, I don't know which ones, weren't as smart and careful as they should have been. And they got the cops on their trail.
Oh, the dope.
But I've got to have a new crew of messengers, and fast, because business is very good right now. Now, you must know quite a few kids who'll make good messengers. Kids who know what the score is and who can be trusted.
You want I should pick out kids who'll make good messages for you, huh?
That's right. I want at least 10 kids, but 5 will do to start. There's you and Biff and a friend of his he's bringing in tomorrow. That'll make 3.
Yeah.
I'm counting on you to bring in at least 2 more.
Uh-huh.
Because I've got to have 5 messengers tomorrow to take care of the work I've got lined up.
By tomorrow, huh?
That's right. I'll pay you $25 for every kid you bring in.
$25?
Uh-huh. That's besides your salary, of course. What do you say, Chickie?
Oh, gee, I'll sure do my best, Mr. Pearlie.
That's the way to talk. Now, get this. The new office is at 225 Front Street.
225 Front?
Right. Also, I changed the name of the outfit from the Reliable Messenger Service to the Dependable Messenger Service.
Dependable, I got it.
Good. I'll expect you there at 9 o'clock in the morning with 2 more messengers. Meanwhile, here's something for your trouble. That is, in coming over here to see me tonight.
Cheap? A 10 spot?
Uh-huh. Wait. Maybe you'd rather have this bill.
Wow! Double sober!
Yeah, $20 bill. But if you take this one, you'll have to be careful spending it.
What do you mean?
I know now I can trust you, Chickie, so I'll give you the lowdown. This bill is phony.
You mean it's counterfeit?
Not so loud. That's right. A smart kid like you shouldn't have any trouble passing it.
You just got to be careful.
I'll take it, Mr. Pearly.
I knew you were smart, kid. Okay, now, I'll put you in a taxi and send you home. And first thing tomorrow, you get busy and round up at least 2 good kids. Have them in my office at 9 o'clock.
Okay, Mr. Pearly, it's a deal.
This is the $20 bill Pearlie gave you last night, Mary, huh?
Yes, Mr. Kent.
That's counterfeit, all right.
Oh, let me see it, Mr. Kent.
Here you are, Jim.
Boy, sure looks good. Say, how does this Pearly guy manage to pass so much of this stuff?
I think we know now. You see, he orders plane tickets, train reservations, theater tickets, things like that, which run into good sums of money, and has his messengers pick them up with counterfeit money.
Well, how could he get away with that when you've got to give your name when you...
Well, he uses phony names when he orders, of course.
Oh.
Then he either sends his messengers back with the tickets and gets good money in exchange, or he sells them elsewhere for legal money. Right, Mary?
Uh-huh. That's how it shapes up to me.
Jeepers. What a sweet racket.
Yes, it's clever, all right. But all rackets are broken eventually, and thanks to you, Mary, I think we'll break this one before long.
I sure hope so, Mr. Kent.
We will. As soon as you find out where Pearlie gets his counterfeit money, tip us off that his messengers are carrying it, Inspector Henderson and I will go into action.
Mary, look, I'm awful sorry I called you a crook the other day. I was mad.
That's all right, Jim. You didn't know. But listen, Mr. Kent, what am I going to do about the 2 extra kids Pearlie wants me to bring to his office this morning?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that, Mary. It would help if the 2 boys you brought in were someone we knew, so when we cracked down, those boys could testify for us.
But I don't know any kids like that.
Well, sure you do, Mary. Me.
You?
Right. Pearlie doesn't know me, and I can talk tough. Like this, see? You want to make something of it, buddy?
You're pretty good, Jim.
Now, wait a minute. I don't know about that,
please
Jim.
let me, Mr. Kent.
Well...
I did something like it once before when we were tracking down those filthy guardians of America. Remember?
Yes, I do, and you did a good job, but... I don't know, this is even more dangerous, I'm afraid.
Oh, now listen...
If Pearlie caught on to who you were, it'd be too bad.
But he won't catch on. Gosh, if it's not too dangerous for Mary, a girl, it's certainly not too dangerous for me.
Well, you've got a point there, but
please, Mr. Kent. I want to help Mary to sort of make it up to her for what I said and did.
Well, in that case, I can hardly refuse, Jim.
Hot dog. And I've got our other messenger, too.
Who?
Beanie Martin.
Beanie?
Uh-huh. You should see him put on a tough act. He's terrific.
How come?
Well, he was brought up back at the gasworks, you know. Besides, he's always kicking about never getting a chance to do anything except run copy.
All right, let's ask him. Say, we'll have to work fast. Aren't you due at Pearlie's office at 9, Mary?
Yes, I am.
Well, it's 8:30 now, so let's get going.
We'll be back in a moment with the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
You know, gang, Jimmy Olsen's mighty proud of that Superman Crusader ring he's wearing. The one that shows that he's pledged himself with Superman to be a good citizen and crusade for tolerance and good sportsmanship. So doesn't it give you a thrill to know that you can wear a Superman Crusader ring just like it? You know, Kellogg's Pep has fixed that up for you. And you're going to feel like strutting around when you wear that ring. I mean, it's a humdinger. It's made of sturdy, silver-looking metal with a shiny, durable finish that'll keep right on looking shiny and slick for a long, long time. Superman's picture stands out in the front, and the words Superman Crusader are printed clear and plain on the side. That makes you a Superman Crusader, too. And the ring's adjustable, so it's easy to fit right in your finger yourself. Now, here's how you get your Superman Crusader ring. Ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Get that now. Send 1 box top from a package of Kellogg's Pep, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Get your Superman Crusader ring from P.E.P., the Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
Promptly agreeing to join them in their dangerous mission, Beanie Martin, Daily Planet copy boy, has accompanied Mary Hennig and Jimmy Olsen to Pearlie's new office on Front Street. In his inner office now, Pearlie is saying to Jim and Beanie,
If Dickie says you 2 boys are okay, that's all right with me. You're hired.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Pearlie.
Yeah, much obliged, Mr. Poiley.
Now, did Chicky tell you what you're to do?
Well, she didn't tell us much.
No, she just told us this was a soft touch. Not much work and plenty of cabbage. And that's for us, huh, Jim?
You said it, pal.
See? Told you they were right guys, Mr. Pearlie.
Okay. Now, Biff Morgan should be here with another new messenger any minute, so I'll tell you all what you're to do. Somebody just came into the reception room. Maybe it's Biff. You kids waiting here till I see. I'll be back in a moment.
Well, it looks like we're in, kids. Now all we have to do... What's the matter, Beanie?
That kid in there who just came in. I saw him when Mr. Pearlie opened the door.
You mean Biff Morgan?
No, Monk Owen. He knows me. We used to live next door to each other.
Holy mackerel.
Gee whiz, if he sees me, he'll tell Pearlie who I am, and we'll all be dead pigeons.
Gosh, what are we going to...
Come in here, boys. I want you to meet 3 other messengers.
Oh, gosh, here they come. What'll we do?
Gee whiz, I don't know, Beanie. Looks like we're done for.
Pale and trembling, Jimmy, Mary, and Beanie sit as if stricken, feeling trapped, as Pearlie leads Biff Morgan and Monk Owen into his private office. What will happen to our 3 young friends now, with apparently no way of escape open to them? They are doomed to be branded as spies. Tomorrow's episode is a real thriller, gang, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a transcribed copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Say, who's in the know about kids in other countries, how they look and how they dress? Well, Kellogg has the answer with the cutouts on packages of Kellogg's Crumbles. Boy, will the kids in your family have a load of fun with these dolls of all nations, cutting them out and changing their costumes and collecting all 6 countries in the series, like Switzerland, Russia, and Sweden. 2 cutout dolls on every package in full color. That's dolls of all nations on packages of Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. The following is transcribed.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, as Clark Kent continues with his plans to capture the counterfeiters red-handed, his 3 young stalwart assistants, confronted with disclosure, stand terror-stricken, awaiting their doom.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, how'd you like to wear a Superman Crusader ring with a picture of Superman standing out big and powerful on the front? Jimmy Olsen's got one, you know. He's been giving them out to the kids at Unity House, and they're mighty proud of this ring because it's a sort of symbol of Superman's fight for tolerance and good sportsmanship. You'll be identified as a Superman Crusader, too, when you wear this ring. And you'll be mighty proud of how terrific it looks. It's made of shiny silver-looking metal with Superman's picture, as I said, on the front, and the word Superman Crusader clear and plain on the side. Adjustable, too. Easy to fit right your finger yourself. And it's so sturdy and durable with a special sort of silver-like finish, why, it'll wear and wear, keep right on looking shiny and slick for a long, long time. Now, to get your own Superman Crusader ring, ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine Cereal Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Let me say that again now. Send 1 Kellogg's Pep box top, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Send in today, gang, for your Superman Crusader ring from P.E.P., the Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Pretending to operate a legitimate messenger service, a man named Pearlie is conducting a branch of a gigantic counterfeiting racket. Some of the counterfeit money fell into the hands of young Mary Hennick, alias Chickie, a Daily Planet copy girl. Facing a prison term for passing the money, Mary, at the suggestion of Clark Kent, secured a job as messenger for Pearlie, hoping to clear herself by uncovering his operations. Ordered to recruit 2 more messengers, Mary enlisted Jimmy Olsen and Beanie Martin, the Daily Planet copy boy. Then, posing as tough youngsters, the 3 were in Pearlie's private office when 2 boys entered the reception room. Pearlie left his private office to greet them, and Beanie, recognizing one of the boys through the partly opened door, gasped,
"One of those kids is Monk Owen. He knows who I am. But if he comes in here, we're dead pigeons."
As we continue now, Pearlie, followed by the two boys, is approaching his private office where Beanie, Jimmy, and Mary sit, frozen in fear. Listen.
Not about private office, boys. There's some other messages there. All your instructions.
Here he comes. What do we do?
Wait a minute, Charlie. Before we go to meet those other guys, like that? Yeah? What is it? It's kind of private. Close that door to your office for a minute? Okay.
Jeepers, that was close.
Yeah, but it ain't over yet.
Bean's right. This is only temporary relief. You sure that kid is Monk Owen and that you know him, Beanie?
Sure I am, Jimmy. He lives in my old neighborhood. We even went to school together.
That doesn't mean anything.
He does when he knows I work for the Daily Planet.
How does he know that?
I ran into him only a couple of days ago, and I told him then what I'm doing.
Uh-oh. That is bad.
Gosh, what'll we do?
I don't know. We're trapped.
Mr. Pearlie finds out it's curtain.
Wait a minute. Isn't there another way out of this office?
I don't see any.
I'm sure there is.
What about the window?
Gee whiz, you mean I should jump out?
Of course not, Dopey. Let's see if there's a fire escape.
Gosh, even if there is one, how are we going to expect
Don't worry about that now. Good. There is a fire escape.
Oh, what?
Come on, Beanie. Out with you, quickly.
Okay. But what are you going to tell Pearlie?
Oh, I'll think of something.
Oh, I sure hope so.
Now, don't stand there, Beanie. Go on, get going.
Here comes Pearlie.
Hey, where's Graham, Beanie? Run down the fire escape and get back to the office. Tell Mr. Kent we're okay, not to worry about it. And pay no attention to anything we say.
Okay, so long.
Don't you worry about a thing, Biff. I'll take care of it.
Quick, Mary. Holler at Beanie as if he's running away.
Come on back, you yellow punk.
Yeah, come on back here. I'll get you for this.
Hey, what's going on here?
Well,
that little punk Beanie. He ran out of it.
What?
Yeah. Got scared and took it on a lamb.
Right, that's it. What'd he get scared of? Did you tell him anything, Chicky?
No,
she didn't say nothing. He just didn't like the idea of working as a messenger boy, see? Just lazy, that's all.
Well, I'll fix him for that. What's his name, Chicky?
Beanie.
You know him, Biff?
No, I didn't even see him.
Hey, I know a kid named Beanie. He works...
This kid's name is Tomasi. Beanie Tomasi.
Is that the one you know, Monk?
No, I don't know him.
Okay, forget it. I'll check up on him later. We got a lot of work to do today. You four will have to hustle to get it all done.
Don't you worry. We'll hustle, all right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now listen. Chicky and Biff, you know the ropes. You, Monk, and you, what's your name, kid?
Jim. Jim
Okay,
Miller.
Jim, okay. Now, you go with Chicky today. Monk, you travel with Biff. I want two of you together on each job. Because you'll be carrying a lot of money.
I mean, we're going to pick up railroad tickets and stuff again?
No. Today we have a lot of, exchanges to make.
Oh.
You see, many of our customers have, changed their minds about traveling and going to the theater and so on. So they've sent their tickets back to me, see?
Yeah, we understand.
Now, you messengers are going to turn them back in and collect the money for them. You understand?
Sure.
I know what to do, Mr. Pearlie, and I'll show Monk the ropes.
Now, good. This envelope is yours, Biff. You'll find the tickets and the amount of refund to get inside.
Check.
This one is yours, Chicky.
Okie doke.
Now, get this. If anybody asks you if you're the kids who called for the tickets in the first place...
We ain't. And we don't know who did either, right?
That's right, Biff. All you know is that the dependable messenger service gave you the tickets and told you to return them and get the money back. Do all of you understand that?
Sure,
I
We got it.
Okay, then get going. And remember, I want you all back by noon. With money.
We'll be back. Sure thing.
Hey, Miss Kent.
Beanie, why, I thought you were with...
Yeah, I did go with Jim and Mary to work for the messenger service.
What are you doing back here? Did something go wrong?
Oh, yeah, sort of.
Oh, great Scott. Speak up. What's happened? Did Jim and
Now,
Mary
wait a
get...
minute, Mr. Kent. They're okay, honest.
Oh, thank heaven.
Well,
then
it was like this, see? We're standing there talking to that Mr. Pearlie when two other kids come to the reception room.
Uh-huh.
Pearlie, he goes out to greet them. When he opens the door, I happen to see that one of the kids knows me, knows I work here.
One of the kids knows you and knows you work here?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So you see, I can't stay there. If I do, it's curtains for all of us.
Huh?
So Jimmy made me lamb out of the window and down the fire escape.
Oh, I don't like that, Beanie. I don't like that at all.
Oh, it's okay. Jimmy says he'll fix it somehow.
Well, maybe. Just the same, I've got a feeling they'll need me. That is, they'll need Superman.
Now, don't you worry, Mr. Kent. Everything's fine. You just wait for Jim's call. He's smart, that guy. Nothing's going to happen to him.
Well, I hope so, Beanie. I certainly hope you're right.
I certainly was surprised to see you walking in here, Mr. Paradise. I thought you never wanted to be seen around our office.
I don't, Pearlie. I think it's dangerous. But this news story I mentioned before worries me. I'm afraid it may lead to trouble. And I want to trace it before that happens, if possible.
Yeah, sure, but Mr. Paradise, what's it all about?
Here it is on page 1 of the Daily Blade. Read it for yourself.
Yes, sir. 2 Daily Planet reporters, identified as Lois Lane and James Olson, were arrested yesterday and charged by the police department with passing counterfeit money. Hey, how did...
Go on. Continue reading.
After being released on bail provided by their managing editor, Perry White, the charges against Lane and Olson were dismissed. Inspector Henderson of the police department refused to explain, but he said that he expected to have an important statement soon on the mysterious counterfeiting ring that has been fleecing metropolis merchants and shopkeepers of thousands of dollars. Say, what does this mean?
That's what I want to know. How did 2 Daily Planet reporters get hold of some of our money?
I don't know.
You'd better know. If newspaper reporters are on our trail, we're really in trouble. Now think, how did they get it?
I tell you, I don't know. I can't understand it. All the phony stuff goes to railroad stations and airplane lines, department stores, places like that. I can't... Wait. Great snake.
What?
I just remembered. One of my messengers, Chickie Hennig, worked at the Daily Planet.
What?
Yeah. I gave her a phony $20 bill last night.
You did?
Yeah. But she's on the level. Well, she's the one who tipped me off yesterday that Inspector Henderson was going to raid the office.
So what? Maybe that was part of the game.
What do you mean?
She might have been told to do that to win your confidence and then find out all about us.
If she did, I'll wring her dirty little double-crossing neck.
And I'll help you. Where is this Chickie?
She's out on a route.
When is she due back?
Oh, in an hour or so.
All right. We'll both wait here for her.
We'll be back in a moment with the tense climax of today's episode. So stand by.
Say, how'd you like to be the first one in your crowd to have a Superman Crusader ring, just like the one Jimmy Olsen and Beanie and all the kids at Unity House are so proud of? Well, keep a pencil and paper handy, because in just a few seconds, I'm going to tell you how Kellogg's Pep has fixed it for you to get one. And believe me, gang, you're going to be mighty proud of your Superman Crusader ring for lots of reasons. First off, it identifies you as a Superman Crusader, too. Shows that you're a part of Superman's crusade for good Americans. And then, this ring is such a slick-looking job. It's shiny and silver-looking, with Superman's picture standing out big and smiling on the front, and the word Superman Crusader on the side. It's adjustable, too. You can fit it right on your finger yourself. And it's made of such sturdy metal with such a durable silver-like finish, why, it'll keep right on looking shiny and slick for a long, long time. Now, here's how you get your Superman Crusader ring. Ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. You got that? Send 1 Kellogg's Pep box top, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Remember, that's P-E-P, the Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
Unaware that she is under suspicion, young Mary Hennig, accompanied by Jimmy Olsen, is in an express subway train, en route back to Pearlie's office.
The way I figure it, Mary, all these railroad and theater tickets we returned this morning must have been bought with counterfeit money. Then Pearlie had us return the tickets and get good money in exchange.
Sure. That's the way Mr. Kent figured Pearlie worked it, Jim.
Mr. Kent's practically always right. Now, only Pearlie sends us out to buy more stuff this afternoon with phony money. All we have to do is call Mr. Kent, and he'll pop down on Pearlie with the police. Then you'll be in the clear, Mary.
Oh, golly, and I won't have to go to jail. Oh, gosh, Jim, if it only works out.
Oh, it will. Don't worry.
I'm so nervous I can't sit still.
Hey, you got to pull yourself together.
Sure.
You don't want Pearlie to suspect anything, do you?
No, but I got the jitter.
Oh, now, calm down. Relax. Everything's working out swell.
Confident that all is well, Jimmy Olsen and Mary Hennig draw closer to the dependable messenger service office, unsuspecting that Mr. Pearlie and his chief, head of the counterfeiting ring, are waiting there for them with murder in their hearts. On an empty subway seat beside Jim Olsen lies a copy of the Daily Blade, on the first page of which is published the story that would warn the 2 youngsters of their peril. but he ignores it. What will happen as Superman, believing his friends are safe now, is at police headquarters where, in his guise of Clark Kent, he waits for their call with Inspector Henderson. Don't miss tomorrow's exciting episode, fellows and girls. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a transcribed copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. You know, gang, one word leads to another, like the way those toasty words crisp, crunchy, crinkly leads you right on to Crumbles. Kellogg's Crumbles. So toasty and sweet and mellow rich on a frosty morning. It's the only cereal in the whole wide world made in those little crinkly shreds of good whole wheat. And so good for you. Mom knows that. In fact, she'd probably like to see you eat up a bowl of Crumbles for breakfast tomorrow. Crisp, crunchy, crinkly, Crumbles, Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. The following is transcribed.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, with Superman unaware that things are not going well for Jim Olsen and Mary Hennig, the two young would-be detectives start on a mission which is certain to bring them face to face with death.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, you've heard the news, haven't you? Kellogg's Pep has fixed it so that you can get a Superman Crusader ring of your own, just exactly like the one that Jimmy Olsen's been giving out to the kids at Unity House. You know, the ring that they're so proud of? And boy, will you feel like strutting around when you wear it. You see, this Superman Crusader ring identifies you as a Superman Crusader, too. Makes you a part of Superman's fight for tolerance and for good sportsmanship. And for looks, well, this ring is really terrific. Made of sturdy silver-looking metal with a shiny, durable finish that keeps right on looking shiny and slick. It'll wear and wear. Superman's picture stands out in the front, and the words Superman Crusader are printed clear and plain on the side. And the ring's adjustable, so it's easy to fit right in your finger yourself. Now, how do you get your Superman Crusader ring? Why, it's easy. Ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Get that now. Send one box top from a package of Kellogg's Pep, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Get your Superman Crusader ring from P.E.P., the Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Convinced that young Mary Hennig, a reformed juvenile gang leader, is innocent of the charge of dealing in counterfeit money, Clark Kent evolved a plan which he hoped would clear the girl and at the same time uncover a gigantic counterfeiting ring. Posing as tough youngsters, Mary and Jim Olsen secured jobs with a so-called messenger service, operated by a man named Pearlie, from one of whose boys Mary had received the bogus money. But while Mary and Jimmy were out on errands, a certain Mr. Paradise appeared in Pearlie's office. He carried a copy of the Daily Blade, in which appeared a story that made Pearlie suspicious of Mary, whom he knows as Chicky, her old gang nickname. Furious, Pearlie exclaimed,
Chicky'll be back right away. If she's a spy, she'll get what all spies get when they're caught.
As we continue now, Mary and Jimmy, unaware of what awaits them, are entering Pearlie's outer office. Biff Morgan, another young messenger, greets them. Listen.
Hi, Chicky. Hello, Jim.
Hi. What's cooking, Biff?
Mr. Pearlie wants to see you right away, Chicky. He's in his private office.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, I'll go in with you.
He just said for Chicky to go in. You stay out here, Jim, unless you want to get your ears pinned back. The boss is awful sore about something.
What's he sore about?
Search me.
I better go in with you, Mary.
Oh, I'll be all right, Jim. Can't know anything. Probably just in a hurry to get his hands on the money we collect.
Oh, okay, but yell if you need me.
Sure thing. Well, here goes. You want to see me, Mr. Pearly?
Yeah. Come in and close the door.
Hokey doke.
This the girl, Pearlie?
Yeah. Name's Chicky Hennig. Listen, you...
Wait a minute. Get the money first.
Okay. Give, Chicky.
Look, what you told me about?
You'll find out. Get up the dough you collected this morning.
Oh, it's here in my handbag. 623 for the tickets we returned to the railroad station, the steamship company, and the 7 theaters. Here you are.
I'll count it later. And it better all be there.
It's all there, all right. Say, what's this all about?
When's the last time you were at the Daily Planet?
Planet? Well, let's see, day before yesterday. Why?
You didn't go back there last night after you left me?
What would I want to go back to that dump for? Now I'm working for you.
Just answer his questions, young lady.
Well, who's the character in the striped pants, Mr. Perry?
None of your business. When did you see Lois Lane and Jim Olsen last?
I didn't see them since I quit the paper.
You're lying.
I am not.
You saw Miss Lane and Olsen last night.
I didn't.
And you gave them the phony $20 bill I gave
did
you.
not.
Let's see the bill, then.
I haven't got it with me.
Then you did give it to the reporters,
No, I didn't, I tell you.
Where is it, then? The truth, girl.
I spent it.
She's lying, Pearlie.
I am not. Why, if I...
Shut up.
The newspaper story about Miss Lane and Olsen being arrested was obviously a frame to fool us and cover up for this girl. Inspector Henderson had to put out some story because the mayor and the merchants are writing him.
Sure, that's the way I figured, Mr.
Wait a minute. You say Miss Lane and Jim Olsen were arrested?
Yeah, for passing counterfeit money, the paper says. And the only place they could have got that
Wait.
money...
If Miss Lane and Jim got picked up for passing phony money, maybe they did get it from me.
Now we're getting someplace. I knew she'd break down, Pearlie.
Wait, will you let me finish? Wasn't the $20 you gave me last night, Mr. Pearly? That must have been the dough Biff gave me last Saturday.
Who gave you?
Biff Morgan, you know.
He's one of my boys. The one who brought her in.
That's it.
Yeah. Paid me $15 he owed me on Saturday. I changed to 5 and 5 singles, so Jim Olsen for a 10 spot. I paid the other 5 to Miss Lane because I owed it to her. So if you say the phony dough had come from me, must have been the one that Biff gave me.
Well, I'll be... Wait. Biff's right here. I'll find out about this. Biff, come in here.
Okay. You want me too, Mr. Pearly?
Now, you answer the phone if it rings, Jim.
Okay. What's up, Mr. Pearly?
When you first told me about Chicky, and I told you to get her to work for me, I gave you $15 to give her, didn't I?
Yeah, that's right. I did give it to her, too. Didn't I, Chicky? Didn't I?
Yeah.
Shut up, Chicky. But instead of giving her good money like I told you to, you kept that for yourself and passed off the phony stuff you got for your salary on Chicky. Didn't you?
Why?
Didn't you?
I mean...
I told you the phony stuff had to be passed in stores where it couldn't be traced to us. But you double-crossed me. Now, I'll teach you, you little rat. Like this.
Hey! Cut it out! Lay off, will you? Cut it out! Mary,
Get back to the phone, Jim. Now, Biff.
Lay off, will you?
Let him alone, Pearlie.
I'm going to teach you.
Let him alone, I said. We don't want him marked up for the police. Now, listen, boy.
Yes, sir?
The next time you disobey orders, you'll go into the river. And you won't come out. Understand?
Yes, sir. I didn't mean nothing, honest.
Just remember what I said. Now get out of here and don't come back for a week.
Wait, Mr. We're short of messengers.
We won't need any for a week. Get out, Biff. You won't be paid for a while to teach you a lesson. You, Chicky, and you, whatever your name is.
Jim Miller.
Very well, Jim. You and Chicky wait in the next room. I want to talk to Mr. Pearly in private.
Okay, kid. Outside. You, Biff, scram. I don't want to see you for a week.
Okay.
You and Jim answer the phone until Herman gets back, Chicky.
Okay, Mr. Pearly. Come on, Jim.
Close the door behind you.
Yes, sir.
You dirty little snitcher, Chicky. I'm gonna...
Let her alone, Biff.
Oh, yeah? Maybe you want to poke in the mouth, too, Jim.
Yeah, just try it and see what happens.
Oh, not now, but I'll get you for this, Chicky. And you, too, Jim.
Oh, I thought I was in for it with Mr. Pearly, Jim.
Yeah, so did I. I was standing by the door and heard everything. You used your head, Mary.
Oh, I had to. I was on the spot.
Who do you suppose that other guy is in there?
I don't know. He looks and talks like a big shot.
Uh-huh. Pearly practically licks his boots. You know what, Mary? I think he's the head man in this counterfeiting ring.
You do?
Uh-huh. Come over here by the door. We might hear something.
Too bad if we get caught.
Quiet. I can hear him.
Understand?
You may not put out any more of the stuff.
That's right. I have it on good authority that the mayor gave Inspector Henderson 48 hours in which to round us up or else.
Well, how does he know that? I don't know.
48 hours will be up tomorrow, and he'll be out on his ear.
That won't make me mad. Henderson's a smart cop.
It won't make me mad either.
You hear that, Mary?
Now, here's the setup. When Henderson is fired, the whole police department will be shaken up. The mayor has said so. That gives us our chance, while the new inspector and other police brass are trying to get their feet under them.
Yeah.
Before they know what it's all about, we'll cover this town with our phony money.
Holy smokes.
It worked out perfectly for us. We'll work overtime the next couple of days and nights, turning out the stuff so we'll be all ready to go.
Come here, Jim.
What?
Now I am in the soup for real.
What do you mean, Mary?
Didn't you just hear the big shot say they're not going to distribute any more counterfeit money for a while?
Oh, yeah, but...
Don't you see? Inspector Henderson said if Mr. Kent's plan to track down the counterfeit ring with you and me doesn't pay off by the time his 48 hours are up, he'll arrest me. You know what that means.
Uh-oh.
And now it can't pay off in time, and I'll have to go to jail, Jim.
Dismayed, Jimmy Olsen looks at the pale Mary Hennig, realizing that she has spoken the truth, and that she seems doomed to a jail sentence. We'll return in a moment for the exciting climax of today's episode, so stand by.
You know, gang, you won't have to pamper your Superman Crusader ring when you wear it. No, sir, it's a sturdy thing. Keeps right on looking shiny and slick no matter what kind of weather you wear it in, even on the football field. You see, it's made of durable metal with a special silver-like finish that's shiny and bright as anything. It'll wear and wear. Yes, sir, Kellogg's Pep has a ring for you that you'll be proud to own. You'll be proud, too, to be identified as a Superman Crusader yourself and to wear this symbol of his fight for tolerance and good sportsmanship. Fact is, the words Superman Crusader are printed clear and plain right on the side of the ring, and Superman's picture stands out big and powerful on the front. The Superman Crusader ring is adjustable, too. Easy to fit right on your finger yourself. So get busy and send in for yours right away. First, ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Let me give you that again now. Send one Kellogg's Pep box top, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Get your Superman Crusader ring, gang, from P.E.P., the Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
In the outer office of Mr. Purley's bogus messenger service, Mary Hennig has just said to Jimmy Olsen,
Track down the counterfeit gang can't pay off in time. Have to go to jail, Jim.
Wait a minute. Maybe not, Mary.
But you just heard that man tell Mr. Purley they won't distribute any more counterfeit money till after Inspector Henderson is fired. When the inspector's fired, I'll get sent to jail.
Wait, I said. Look, we're pretty sure that guy in there with Mr. Purley is the big shot of the gang, aren't we?
Uh-huh. So what?
Well, that's what Mr. Kent and Inspector Henderson want to know. They can trail him and check up on him, find the printing presses he makes the phony money on, and all that.
Golly, that's right, Jim. Oh, listen. We got to get in touch with Mr. Kent right away, before the big shots leave.
Right. I'll phone him. You keep quiet.
Hold it.
Now, listen, Chickie. When Herman gets back, tell him I had to leave with this gentleman.
Sure. What's his name?
Just say the gentleman in the striped trousers.
Oh, okay.
And tell him to close up the office and stay home for a couple of days. I'll call him when I want him.
You're going to close the office?
Just for a short time.
Oh.
I'll call you in a few days.
Come, let's go, Purley.
Right.
So long, Mr. Purley.
They're gone. What are we going to do now, Jim?
Too late now to call Mr. Kent. There's only one thing we can do. Come on, Mary.
Where to?
Where do you suppose? Big Shot and Purley are probably going to the counterfeit ring's headquarters. So we've got to trail them. Alone. Come on.
Their hearts beating rapidly, Jimmy Olsen and Mary Hennig prepare to trail the leaders of the counterfeiting ring, realizing full well that if they are caught, it will mean the end of everything for them. A moment's more delay and they would have been able to enlist the aid of Clark Kent, who, as we know, is Superman. But now they must go alone. What will happen? Don't miss the next exciting episode when Jimmy and Mary trail Purley and the mysterious Mr. Paradise into danger. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow. Same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a transcribed copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazine and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Think of the wonderful toasty things that taste good on a frosty morning, and you think of something crisp, crunchy, crinkly. Crumbles, there's that name again, slips in every time. Crumbles, Kellogg's Crumbles. Just seems to go with words like crisp and crunchy. It's such a toasty kind of cereal, sort of sweet and mellow rich. And you know, it's the only cereal in the whole wide world in those little crinkly shreds of good whole wheat. So when you think of good-tasting words like crisp, crunchy, crinkly, that means crumbles for breakfast. Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. The following is transcribed.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, Superman is helpless to aid Jim Olsen and Mary Hennig, as the two youngsters, pressed for time, are unable to tell him of their discovery. Dangerous information that is fated to lead them into a death trap.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. You know, when I first heard that Jimmy Olsen and Beanie had Superman Crusader rings, and when I heard that they were giving them to the kids at Unity House as a symbol of good citizenship, I knew that every one of you fellas and girls would want to have one, too. So it's mighty swell that the Kellogg's Pep people have fixed it up so that you can have one of your own, because this Superman Crusader ring means a lot. It identifies you as a Superman Crusader, too. Shows that you're in the know about Superman's crusade for good Americans. And then this ring is such a slick-looking job. It's shiny and silver-looking, with Superman's picture standing out big and smiling on the front, and the word Superman Crusader printed clear and plain on the side. Adjustable, too. You can fit it right on your finger yourself. And it's made of such sturdy metal with such a durable silver-like finish, it'll keep right on looking shiny and slick for a long, long time. Now, here's the dope about how to get your Superman Crusader ring. Ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. You got that? Send one Kellogg's Pep box top, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Remember, that's P-E-P, the Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
And now, the adventures of Superman. When Mr. Pearlie and Mr. Paradise, the leaders of a gigantic counterfeiting ring, decided to postpone operations for a few days, young Mary Hennig's plan to clear herself of the charge of passing counterfeit money was given a severe jolt. Facing a long prison term unless within 24 hours she exposed the gang from which she had innocently accepted bogus money, Mary and Jimmy Olsen, both of whom had secured jobs in Pearlie's illegal messenger service, saw a chance to trail Pearlie and Paradise to their headquarters. When the two men left the messenger office and entered the elevator, Jimmy and Mary raced down the stairs. And as we continue now, they have burst into the office building lobby as Pearlie and Paradise are pushing through the revolving doors to the street. Listen.
There they go, through the revolving door. Come on, Jim.
Wait. They stopped by the curb, see? They're trying to flag a taxi.
Sure, but how
Look, there's a phone booth in the lobby next to the cigar stand. I'm going to call Mr. Kent. You keep your eye on those two guys.
Okay. Suppose Pearlie and the big shot get in the cab while you're in the phone booth.
Oh, signal me. I'll be able to see you from the booth.
Well, all right. Hurry, Jim.
I will. Only I've got a nickel. Yeah, I have. Here it is. I'll leave the door open a little so I can hear her. Only they don't get a cab in a hurry. If I can just get hold of Mr. Kent. Oh, golly, please be there, Mr. Kent.
Daily Planet.
Mr. Clark Kent, please. Hurry, this is important.
Just a moment, please.
Oh, come on, Mr. Kent, come on. Oh, golly.
Hello, Clark Kent speaking.
Coming, Mary. Just as I got Mr. Kent, too. Where are they? Where'd they go?
In that cab, see? They're starting off.
Come on, what are you waiting for?
There it goes. What'll we do? They'll get away.
Gotta find another taxi.
How are we going to find one in time?
Take it easy. Curly's cab stopped at the corner light. Hey, look. There's somebody getting out of a cab next door. Come on, step on it.
Quick, grab it.
Here we are. Get in, Mary. Where to, kid?
Jim, that taxi started.
I see it. Quick, driver. Follow that green checker cab up ahead. And please don't lose it. Please.
I'll do the best I can, Bud.
That party hasn't called me back yet, operator?
Why, no, Mr. Kent. Peculiar, isn't it, the way he hung up just when you got on?
Yes, very. Did he give you his name when he asked for me?
No, sir, he didn't. Just said to get you in a hurry.
Well, did it sound like Jim Olson's voice?
Well, I wouldn't know, Mr. Kent. This is only my second day at the Planet Switchboard.
Oh, I see. All right, then. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Kent.
Yes, what is it, Beanie?
Mr. White and Miss Lane are having conniptions.
What?
They're having fits worrying about Jim and Mary. The chief wants you to come into his office right away.
Oh, well, tell him there's nothing to report yet, Beanie, will you? So far as I know, everything's going along all right. As soon as Jim and Mary know more about the counterfeiters or are sent out with any phony money, they'll call me.
Oh, sure. That's what I told Mr. White and Miss Lane, but...
I know. They're very anxious, and so am I. But I've got to stay right here until one of them calls. You see, they may be separated and need me suddenly. And even I can't be two places at once.
Sure, I know. Okay, I'll tell him.
All right, tell them I have lots of confidence in Jim and Mary, but just in case I don't hear from them in the next hour or two, I'll check up on them.
Okay, Mr. Kent.
As Clark Kent waits anxiously in his office, Herman, Pearlie's brutal henchman and dog-like follower, has just left the bus in front of the office building in which Pearlie's messenger service is located. As he enters the lobby, Biff Morgan darts in after him.
Herman, wait a minute.
I ain't got time, Biff. I gotta get upstairs, see Mr. Pearlie.
Well, he ain't there. Listen.
Where is he?
He went someplace with a guy in a taxi, a guy in striped pants.
A guy in striped pants?
Yeah, I don't know what his name is, but
Something must have gone wrong if he showed up here. Who's taking care of the office?
Nobody. Now, will you please listen a minute?
What do you mean nobody's taking care of the office? Why ain't you up there to answer the phone?
On account I've been laid off for a week without pay, that's why.
Oh, yeah? What'd you do?
That rotten little chickie Hennig ratted on me.
Chickie? What'd she have to write about?
She said I passed some phony dough on and she'd give it to some newspaper reporters by mistake. Got in the papers and Mr. Pearlie and the guy in striped pants was sore as blazes.
That proves I was right. Chickie's working with the reporters and with the cops, too.
I bet she is at that. I seen her
I've been trying to tell Mr. Pearlie she's poisoned, but he won't listen to me. I would have let her have it last night if a flatfoot didn't just come along.
Well, I was hanging around a pasted one myself. That's how come I seen her spying on Mr. Pearlie.
Spying on him? What do you mean?
That's what I started out to tell you. I was waiting behind a cigar stand for her to come out, see? And I see Mr. Pearlie and the other guy come out and look around for a taxi.
Yeah?
Then Chickie and that new kid she brung in, Jim, they come running down the stairs, see? They watched Mr. Pearlie through the revolving doors. Then while Jim ran back to call up somebody in that phone booth over there, Chickie kept watching Mr. Pearlie, see?
I'll bet he was calling the cops. Okay, then what, Biff?
Then Chickie called to Jim that Pearlie found a taxi. And the two of them beat it out and found one, too. Well, I sneaked out after him, and I heard Jim yell to the driver to follow Mr. Pearlie's cab. How do you like that, Hyman?
That rotten little Chickie. I'll get her for that now. And I'll get the Jim kid, too.
You will? How, Hyman?
I think I know where Mr. Pearlie went, that's how.
Yeah?
Chickie and Jim want to find that out so they can tell the cops. Well, they'll find out, all right. But they'll never live to tell the cops.
His evil eyes blazing with hatred for Mary Hennig, Herman rushes from the lobby and hails a taxi to pursue the girl and Jimmy Olsen. What will happen now? We'll know in just a moment when we return for the startling climax of today's episode. So stand by.
Say, gang, you'd be mighty proud to be identified as a Superman Crusader, wouldn't you? To be a part of his fight against intolerance and evil? Well, that Superman Crusader ring that Jimmy Olsen's wearing is a symbol of that whole idea. And you can get a ring just like it. Yes, sir, Kellogg's Pep has fixed it so that you can get one of these slick-looking rings. And I mean they're terrific. Made of sturdy, silver-looking metal with a shiny, durable finish that'll keep right on looking shiny and slick for a long, long time. Superman's picture stands right out in the front, and the words Superman Crusader are printed clear and plain on the side. And the ring's adjustable. Sure, so it's easy to fit right in your finger yourself. Now, how do you get your Superman Crusader ring? Why, it's easy. Ask Mom to get you a package of that sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Tear off the box top and send it along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. You got that now? Send one box top from a package of Kellogg's Pep, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Get your Superman Crusader ring from P.E.P., the Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
Trailing Pearlie and the mysterious Mr. Paradise, Jimmy Olsen and Mary Hennig saw their taxi stop on the corner of a squalid waterfront street and watched as the two men got out. Then, dismissing their own cab a block away, the two youngsters hurried to the corner and turned in the direction Pearlie and Paradise had gone, toward the river. A misty rain has begun to fall. The thick fog creeps in from the water as they walk cautiously down the street.
I'm sure they went down this street, Mary.
So am I, but where are they? I don't see them, Jim.
They must be somewhere in front of us. This fog makes it hard to... Hey, wait a minute.
What?
The street ends just up ahead, see? At the river.
Oh, gee whiz, that's right.
I don't see Pearlie and the other guy. Into that bungalow across the street. Or else into that old house right by the river.
How do you know?
Because they're the only two houses on the street.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Come on. Gotta find out which house they went in. Don't make any noise.
Just a minute, Jim.
What are you doing?
Throwing on my Superman Crusader ring.
Well, what are you doing that for?
For luck. Okay, let's go.
Oh, why don't you grow up?
Oh, yeah. Why do you keep on rubbing your Superman ring?
Well, I just like to keep it polished up, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, Mary.
What's the matter?
That bungalow. You don't think that can be the counterfeit gang's headquarters, do you?
I don't know, but why not?
Well, there's no glass in the windows, and the door is half off the hinges. It's just a deserted old shack.
Yeah, you're right. Pearlie must be in the other house, then. Oh, gosh, Jim, this fog is so thick I can hardly see the other house anymore.
I can just make it out myself. Straight ahead, come on.
No, wait, Jim. We know they must be there. So let's go to a phone and call Mr. Kent. He can call Inspector Henderson.
Yeah, I guess that's the smart thing to do. No use blundering around in this fog. We might trip over something and they'd hear us.
Wouldn't that be nice? Come on. Let's get back to the corner. There was a store near where we got out of the taxi.
Okay. Say, which way is the corner, Mary? I can't see a thing in this fog anymore.
Neither can I. But it must be the way we'll walk. No, wait. We turned around to look at the bungalow, so it must be this way.
I hope you're right. I can't even see the bungalow anymore. I'd sure hate to walk into the river.
Oh, gee, this is so creepy.
You're not kidding. I wouldn't want to walk or plunk into the house Pearlie and that guy are in either.
You think of the nicest thing.
I'm sorry, but... Hey, what the...
Don't move.
Jimmy!
Either of you.
Who said that?
I did. Herman.
No, Herman.
Yeah, I got you now, Chickie. And you too, Jim.
Hey, let go of that. Let go, you...
You're not going to get away and call the cops this time. You dirty little double-crossers. I'm going to take care of you personal myself. Go on now. Walk.
No, don't. Let go.
Walk, I said. And it's no use trying to get away. Walk toward the river.
Helpless in the powerful steel-fingered hands of Pearlie's brute-like henchmen, Mary Hennig and Jimmy Olsen are forced to walk blindly through the thick fog, in which only Herman seems able to see his way. What will happen to Jim and Mary with both Superman and the police unaware of their impending fate? Will Clark Kent, who is Superman, be able to track them down with Jim's uncompleted call as his only meager clue? Don't miss tomorrow's exciting episode. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a transcribed copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. On a shivery morning, when your first idea is to beat it down to breakfast quick, gang, that's Crumbles weather. That's when you want a toasty kind of cereal with zip and go. That's when you think of toasty words like crisp, crunchy, crinkly. Crumbles, Kellogg's Crumbles, the only cereal in the whole wide world made in those little crinkly shreds of good whole wheat. Sort of sweet and mellow rich. And so good for you. Mom knows that. So when you think of something toasty on a cold morning, think of Crumbles. Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. The following is transcribed.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, while Clark Kent is pondering over his mysterious telephone call, Mary Hennig and Jimmy Olsen find themselves imprisoned in the murderous clutches of the villainous brute Herman.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, have you set in for your Superman Crusader ring yet? Well, you better hop to it, because you wouldn't want to miss out. Keep a pencil and paper handy, and I'll tell you how to get one in just a few seconds. You see, this ring is a symbol of Superman's fight for tolerance and good sportsmanship. Jimmy Olsen and Beanie are both wearing these rings, and you'd like to be identified as a Superman Crusader, too, wouldn't you? Well, you'll be proud to wear this ring because it's a doggone smart-looking, shiny and silver-like, with Superman's picture standing out big and smiling on the front, and the word Superman Crusader on the side. The ring is adjustable, too. You can fit it right on your finger yourself. And it's made of such sturdy metal with such a durable silver-like finish, why, it'll keep right on looking shiny and slick for a long, long time. Now, here's how you get your own Superman Crusader ring. Ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. You got that? Send one Kellogg's Pep box top, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Ask Mom to get you some P-E-P, the Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
And now, the adventures of Superman. While trailing Mr. Pearlie and Mr. Paradise, the leaders of a gigantic counterfeiting ring, cub reporter Jimmy Olsen and young Mary Hennig, alias Chickie, were captured by Herman, Pearlie's brutal henchman. Taken to an old house on the edge of the river, Jimmy and Mary were brought into a dim, dusty parlor, set with a few pieces of shabby furniture out of a past age. As we continue now, Pearlie faces them menacingly, while Paradise sits in a chair to one side, his face cold and hard. The moment before Pearlie speaks, the two youngsters hear their own hearts beat loudly above the muffled hum of activity from the basement below, at the faint, dreary foghorns on the shrouded river beyond the windows. Listen.
Herman was right all along. You are working for the cops, Chickie, huh?
Sure she is.
No, I ain't, Mr. Pearlie. I'm just...
Oh, you and Jim went for a ride in a taxi, and it just happened to follow us, huh?
Well, no, not exactly. But I...
You see, we figured you were going to the place where you made all the counterfeit money, and we just wanted to see it. Didn't we, Mary? I mean, Chickie.
Sure, Jim, that's the way it was. We just wanted to see all the dough, that's all.
Why? So you could tip off the cops?
You got us wrong, Mr. Pearlie.
They're lying, boy.
I know they're lying, Herman. They're police spies.
No, we ain't.
You kids know what happens to spies, don't you?
But we ain't
Listen,
spies.
We've had enough. Okay, Herman. Get rid of them. Dump them in the river.
Oh, no.
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
No, don't let me go.
You want so many things. Wait.
Wait. Let them alone, Herman.
What, boss?
Let them alone, I said. We can't finish them until we make sure of the other kid.
What other kid?
The one who tipped you off that Chickie and Jim were trailing us.
You mean Biff Morgan?
Yeah. He knows you trail those two kids here. If they disappear, the police will question Biff. And our goose is cooked.
What the police don't know about Biff.
Of course they know. Didn't Biff bring Chickie into work for me?
Well, yeah.
And if Chickie's working for the police, don't you think she told them about Biff?
But I didn't.
Shut up, Chickie. So we got to get rid of Biff, too, Herman. You know where to find him?
Yeah, I'll find him. I know where he lives. You want me to go and finish him now, boys?
No. Just find him and bring him here. We'll get rid of all three of them together. And hurry, Chicky and Jim or Miss Biff will be picked up by the police.
Don't worry. I'll pick 'em up first. I'm on my way.
Make it snappy.
Yeah, sure, boys.
Okay, you punks. Get into that room.
I'm going. Don't have to shove me.
Here, and take your hands off me.
You ought to shove your teeth down your throat, both of you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Get in there.
No!
Why, you...
Shut up. And don't bother yelling for help. It won't do you any good. This room is right over the river, and the tugs and foghorns make a lot of racket. Besides,
Yeah? What?
there'll be a man outside this room. If you yell, he'll come in here and make you very sorry. You understand?
Sure. But you better understand something, too. You do anything to us, you'll...
Gone. What are we going to do now, Jim?
I don't know. We've got to do something. Those guys mean business. Wait a minute, Mary.
Oh, don't bother about the door. I heard them lock it.
Locked, all right. It would take Superman to break it down, it's so thick. Let's have a look at the window.
Oh, it's barred.
Jeepers. Good 50-foot drop from here straight down to the river. Even if we could get out of the window, it wouldn't do us any good.
Not unless we had a ladder.
Huh? Wish for a pair of wings while you're at it. Not even a sheet we could make a line out of in this room. That doggone Biff Morgan. If he hadn't told Herman about us trailing Pearlie, everything would have been dandy. Mr. Kent and Inspector Henderson would have been here by now, and...
Hey, who's dreaming now?
Yeah. Oh, hey, look, Mary.
What, Jim?
Fog's lifting a little, see?
Oh.
Look at all the traffic on the river.
Uh-huh.
Comes a tug pulling a load of boxcars. It's going to pass right below our window.
A lot of good it does us. Might just as well be 1,000 miles away.
I don't know. Maybe if we could attract its attention some way...
You mean if we holler?
Well...
Oh, they wouldn't hear us in all that foghorn and stuff. Pearlie thought of that.
Maybe not, but...
Pearlie said if we did holler, he'd be sorry. We'd be sorry. Somebody would come and beat us up.
Stop talking,
Jim,
will you? I'm trying to think. If we could drop a note to that tug or something...
A note?
Yeah. But I haven't got anything to write with or on. How about you, Mary? Look in your handbag.
Oh, Pearlie took my hand back, don't you remember?
Oh, yeah. Jeepers, that tug is almost under us. What? Wait, I know.
Well, what are you doing,
My
Jim?
Superman Crusader ring. There, I've got it off.
For what good?
I'm going to try to drop it onto the tug. Now, my handkerchief.
I don't get it. What good'll that do?
It'll attract attention, won't it?
Well, maybe, but
Oh,
anyway.
That's what we want. Now, break this window.
Somebody will hear you, Jim.
Not with this handkerchief wrapped around my fist. There. Tug's under the window now. Cross your fingers, Mary. I can just drop the ring on the tug. Here goes.
Did it?
Wait. No. Missed it.
Oh, Jim.
Landed on one of the boxcars and bounced into the river. I didn't figure on the movement of the tug. I should have dropped the ring just before the tug was right under the window.
Yeah. Well, that's that.
Yeah. Guess so.
Well, don't feel too bad, Jim. Might not have done any good, anyhow.
Maybe not. And yet it could have... Wait, Mary.
What?
We've still got a chance. You've got a Superman Crusader ring, too. Give it to me.
Oh, but the tug's gone.
Another one might come along. Yeah, look. Look, there is another one coming.
Where?
You can just see it through the fog. See?
Oh, yeah.
Hurry up, get your ring on.
Oh, all right. Gosh, I sort of hate to give it up.
Come on. I'll get you another one. If we ever get out of here.
Okay, Jim, I'm trying. Golly.
Hurry up.
Here. There.
Got plenty of time to take aim now and make sure.
Jim, somebody's opening the door.
The lizards. They see I broke the window. Quick, Mary. Stand in front of it.
Okay, here it goes.
Well, what do you want, Hood?
Just checking on you, kid.
Go soak your head.
Boy.
Boy, my heart practically stopped.
Mine did. Oh.
Now, just not too late for that tug.
Let me see. Almost under the window, Jim. Look.
Yeah. Just got time. Keep your fingers crossed, Mary. Here goes. Oh, gleams. Right on the target.
Oh, wow. Landed right on the deck, Jim.
Yeah. Now, if only... Look, Mary.
What?
One of the men on the tug is picking it up. Hey! Hey!
Help! Help, please!
Shut up, the hollering. One more peep out of you kids, it'll be just too bad. Get me?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Don't forget it.
Got it, Jim. Go and see what happened to the tug.
Fog's covering it.
Suppose they heard us?
I don't know. I don't know if the ring will do any good either. One chance in a million. All we can do now is to hope, Mary.
Their hands clenched, Jimmy Olsen and Mary Hennig stare down at the fog-wrapped river, hoping that their 1 in a million chance will succeed. We'll know more in a moment when we return with the tense climax of today's episode. So stand by.
Say, pretty soon now, all the fellows and girls in the gang will be wearing Superman Crusader rings, like the ones Jimmy Olsen and Mary Hennig tried to drop on the tugboat today. And you'll want to be identified as a Superman Crusader, too, because that ring symbolizes Superman's crusade for good Americans. And is it a humdinger for looks? Made of sturdy silver-looking metal with a shiny finish that'll keep right on looking shiny and slick for a long, long time. Superman's picture stands out in the front with the word Superman Crusader printed right on the side. And the ring's adjustable, sure, so it's easy to fit it right on your finger yourself. Now, here's how you can get your own Superman Crusader ring. Ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address, clearly printed, to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Got that now? Send one box top from a package of Kellogg's Pep, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address, clearly printed, to Superman, Box 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Get your Superman Crusader ring, gang, from P.E.P., the Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
As Jimmy Olsen was dropping Mary Hennig's Superman Crusader ring to the deck of the tugboat, Clark Kent, worried at the failure of his young friends to communicate with him, has gone to the office building where Pearlie's messenger service is located. As we join him now, Kent stands frowning before the closed door of the office.
Funny. The office is locked and there's nobody inside. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes the porter. Oh, Porter.
Yes, sir?
I noticed this office, the dependable messenger service, is locked. I wanted to see the proprietor, Mr. Purley. Would you know where he is?
No, I wouldn't know it. Matter of fact, I don't even know the people in that office. They just moved in.
Oh, I see. Oh. Well, thanks. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
More worried than ever now, Kent takes the elevator to the lobby, walks through one door to the street at the same moment that Herman, Pearlie's henchman, walks through another door into the lobby, his evil eyes lighting as he sees Biff Morgan lounging against the marble wall. Outside the building, Kent pauses uneasily, looks back into the lobby where Herman has now joined Biff. But Kent has never seen either of them before, and so he is unaware that as Herman and Biff emerge from the lobby and enter a taxicab, they are en route to the headquarters of the counterfeiting ring, where their arrival will spell death for Jimmy Olsen and Mary Hennig. What will happen? Monday's episode is packed with excitement and suspense, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a transcribed copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal. When you think of toasty words like crisp, crunchy, crinkly, you just naturally go right on to Crumbles, Kellogg's Crumbles. So toasty and sweet and mellow rich on a frosty morning. What a dish for breakfast. The only cereal in the whole wide world made in those little crinkly shreds of good whole wheat. And you know about whole wheat, don't you? You know it's good for you. Get your wholesome whole wheat in crisp, crunchy, crinkly, Crumbles, Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us on Monday for the thrilling adventures of Superman.
This is Superman, gang. I want to remind you that tomorrow is Election Day, a mighty important day to every good citizen. Now, of course, you can't vote until you're old enough. But here's something you can do. Help make sure your mother and father can get out to vote. You could help with the dishes or around the house, run errands, and show your parents that you're interested, too, in the right and duty of every American citizen to cast his vote on Election Day.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, while Clark Kent is puzzled and worried because he has not heard from his young friend, Mary Hennig and Jimmy Olsen await their doom as prisoners of the cruel and ruthless counterfeit leader, Mr. Paradise.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal, Dan McCullough. You know, no fellow or girl wants to miss out on a good thing. So when all your friends are wearing Superman Crusader rings, and since Jimmy Olsen and Beanie are so proud of theirs, well, you're sure to want one, too. That's why Kellogg's Pep fixed it up for you to get one. And are you going to be proud of your Superman Crusader ring? First off, it makes you a part of Superman's crusade for good Americans. And then you're going to feel like strutting around when you wear your ring. I mean, it's a humdinger made of sturdy silver-looking metal with a shiny, durable finish that'll wear and wear, look shiny and slick as anything. Superman's picture stands right out in the front, and the words Superman Crusader are printed clear and plain on the side. And the ring's adjustable, sure, so it's easy to fit right in your finger yourself. Now, be sure you're not the only one in your gang without a Superman Crusader ring. Ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep, and the box top along with 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, that's 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. You got that now? Send one box top from a package of Kellogg's Pep, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, that's 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. That's P-E-P, the Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
And now, the adventures of Superman. As you remember, Jimmy Olsen and young Mary Hennig, cub reporter and copy girl, respectively, for the Daily Planet, were captured while trailing the leaders of a dangerous counterfeiting ring. Imprisoned in a house on the river, Jimmy and Mary were told that they would be done away with as soon as Biff Morgan, a boy in the employ of the gang, was brought in to die with them because he knew too much. Jimmy managed to drop Mary's Superman Crusader ring to the deck of a tug steaming by in the river, hoping it might serve as a clue to their whereabouts. But his shouted attempts to call attention to the ring were apparently unheard in the noise of the river traffic. As we continue now, Herman, a murderous henchman of the gang, is in a taxicab with Biff Morgan, who is unaware that he is on his way to his death. Listen.
Yeah, I'm sure glad Mr. Pearlie wants me to come back to work for him, Herman. I can use some easy money. What are you laughing about?
Nothing, Biff. Nothing at all.
Come on, let me in on the joke.
Yeah, you dumb kids with your yen for easy money. You hand me a laugh.
What do you mean?
I don't mean anything.
Oh. Hey, look, tell me, is Mr. Pearlie taking me back on account of I tipped you off about Chicky and Jim trailing him, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
I thought so. How'd you like that little tomato trailing aboard?
I knew from the start she was a double-crosser. But now when I get my hands on her, she's going to be sorry she was ever born.
When you get... You mean you didn't catch her?
Sure I caught her. And her sneaky friend, Jim, too.
Then why do you say when you get your hands on her?
Because the big shot wouldn't let me finish... touch him until we got you, too.
Until you got me?
I mean, until we got you to do something first.
Yeah, like what?
It's a special little job. Mr. Pearlie will tell you about it.
Oh, I get it.
Hey, driver, what you stopping here for?
Red light, Mac.
Oh.
Listen, Mr. Pearlie gonna do to Chicky and Jim?
What do you suppose?
Hey, look, he ain't gonna
What do you suppose we're gonna do with those little rats, huh? Turn them loose and let them tell the cops all they know?
Oh, no, I suppose you can't do that, but
nuts. Dopey kids who go for the easy dough always get it in the neck sooner or later anyhow. Like you're gonna find out.
I'm gonna find out. Hey, what do you mean, Herman?
Oh, nothing. Now what are we stopping for?
Oh, looks like a traffic jam.
Metropolis Bridge is up, Mac.
Oh, yeah. Look, Hammond, you can see the smokestacks of some big ship in a river.
Where?
Over there.
Yeah, all I see is fog over the river. Oh, yeah.
It's a big one, all right. Looks like we'll be stuck here a good 10 minutes.
Well, how do you like that? Just when I'm in a hurry to get this job done.
As Herman scowls over the fact that his 3 young victims are granted an additional 10 minutes of life, Clark Kent is in the office of Perry White at the Daily Planet, where the gray-haired editor and Lois Lane are venting their anxiety on him.
Remember this, Kent. If anything happened to Jim and Mary, it's your fault.
Oh, now look.
It certainly is, Clark.
Oh, wait a
The
minute.
very idea of letting those 2 kids get in with a gang of criminals
Now,
is
just a
more
minute,
than I could-
Lois. In the first place, Jim isn't a child. He's 17 now. And
Well,
further-
Mary's only 14.
Yes, I know, but this was Mary's only chance to clear herself of the charge of working with the gang.
Now, Clark.
Unless she took the chance. She was certain to go to the reformatory for a long time.
What's all that got to do with what we're talking about?
What?
The point is, Jim and Mary are missing now.
I know,
But we haven't the least idea where they are. Nor have we any way of finding out.
If we could only find that man Pearlie, he knows where they are.
Can't understand why he closed his messenger office. We know he distributes the counterfeit money through there.
Yes, but
he
he
didn't
wouldn't...
return to his office since I was there a little while ago either. Inspector Henderson posted a man there who promised to call me if anyone showed up at the office.
Well, what I'm afraid of is that the counterfeiters must have discovered who they were. So they closed that messenger office, and now Jim and Mary...
Oh, don't say it, Chief.
I'll take it.
No,
Never
I'll
mind,
take
never
it.
mind. I can answer my own phone. Perry White speaking. Who? Oh, Nichols.
Who?
It must be Harvey Nichols, the new young reporter we took on.
I thought it might be something about Jim and Mary.
Yeah,
Talk to the city
so
editor.
did I.
I said talk to the city editor. I haven't time to be bothered with any routine stories right now. I don't care if it is about Superman.
Superman?
Sure, I'd like to see Superman right now. But I haven't time to listen to any stories about him.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Chief. What about Superman?
Oh, hold it, Nichols.
What about
There's
Superman?
nothing. It's that new reporter, Nichols. Has some story about him, he says. That's all.
Oh.
Give your story to Boris, Nichols.
Wait a minute. Let me talk to him, Chief.
What do you want to waste time on this for?
I don't know. It's just a hunch.
All right, here.
Thanks. Hello, Nichols. This is Clark Kent. That's right, Kent. Well, what's this story about Superman?
At a time like this, he wants to talk about Superman.
Isn't it just
Quiet, please, will you? Yes? Yes? What's that? Well, for the... Where? When was it?
What is it, Clark?
I see. Is he there now?
Clark.
He is, huh? Okay, I'll be right out there. Have him wait 2 minutes, will you? Thanks. So long.
Clark, what is it?
A fellow in a river tug says a Superman Crusader ring dropped out of the skies onto his boat. I'm going out to see about it.
A Superman Crusader ring?
Sure, you know, the ones the ones Superman presented to the youngsters at Unity House to promote good citizenship and tolerance.
What do you mean it fell out of the sky?
That's what this fellow told Nichols.
It sounds like a lot of nonsense to me. How could a ring drop out of the sky?
Well, that's what I want to know. Jim and Mary both had Superman Crusader rings, you know. So this interests me. I'll see you both later. I'm going to look into this ring story myself.
Hurrying from Perry White's office to the deserted stockroom, Clark Kent swiftly strips off his business suit and stands revealed in the blue costume and red cape of Superman. Then, throwing open the window, up, and away! The man of steel streaks away to the waterfront to question the tugboat man. What will happen now? We'll know more in a moment when we return for the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
Say, gang, how'd you like to join up with Superman in his fight for tolerance and good sportsmanship and wear a Superman Crusader ring? Jimmy Olsen and Mary have them, you know, and Superman's already on the trail of the one that Jimmy dropped on the deck of that tugboat. Well, Kellogg's Pep has fixed it up so that you can have a Superman Crusader ring, too. And is this ring terrific? Shiny and silver-looking, with Superman's picture standing out big and smiling on the front, and the word Superman Crusader on the side. The ring's adjustable, too. You can fit it right on your finger yourself. And it's made of such sturdy metal with such a durable silver-like finish, it'll keep right on looking shiny and slick for a long, long time. Now, most all the fellows and girls in the gang are going to be wearing those Superman Crusader rings pretty soon, so don't you miss out. Ask Mom to get you a package of that sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, that's 40 Battle Creek, Michigan. You got that? Send one Kellogg's Pep box top, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, that's 40 Battle Creek, Michigan. Get your Superman Crusader ring From P.E.P., the Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
On a long pier where the Metropolis River empties into the harbor, Superman, once more in his guise of reporter Clark Kent, is questioning Fred Taylor, a member of the crew of the tugboat Sally Ann. As they talk, the fog, which had momentarily lightened, now closing down again over the waterfront like a fuzzy blanket.
Superman Crusader ring, all right. How did he get on your boat?
The way I figure it, Mr. Kent, Superman was maybe flying by overhead and he dropped it.
No, he didn't, Mr. Taylor.
Well, how do you know he didn't? It's possible, ain't it?
Well, I just
well,
know
where
that.
else could the rain come from? We were out in the river, like I told you, and before you know...
How far out from shore were you?
Well, not very far. Pretty close in shore, I'd say.
Well, could the ring have been dropped or thrown from the shore?
I guess maybe it could. I never thought of that.
Just where were you on the river when the ring dropped on the tug? Do you recall?
Well, let's see now. I know we'd already passed under the Metropolis Bridge.
I see. About how far had you gone from the bridge?
Why, that's hard to tell, Mr. Kent.
Why?
Fog was pretty thick, you know.
Yes, that's so.
Hardly see 50 feet in front of you.
Well, could you guess? About how far would you say?
Oh, maybe 2 miles. But that's only a guess.
Let's hope your guess is close, and my hunch is, too. Thanks a lot, Mr. Taylor.
You're welcome. But I still think Superman dropped the string, though.
Guess I can change behind this packing case. Wonder if that ring did come from Jim or Mary. I'm playing a pretty long hunch, but Unity House is clear across the city. Most of the youngsters who got the rings don't live anywhere near here. And that makes me think that Jim or Mary... There we are, all set. Now to look into this hunch...
As Superman. Up and away! Couple of miles this side of the Metropolis Bridge, the tugboat man said. Now, that'll be about here. Let's see. Just a few warehouses along the bank. Hard to see much in this fog. Let's have a look at those warehouses. Away! No sign of Jim or Mary down there. Now, which way? Well, just have to range around, I guess. Away! Handicapped by the thick fog, Superman is forced to slacken his rocket-like speed as he searches above the riverbank for Jimmy Olsen and Mary Hennig. And 10 long minutes go by without result. Meanwhile, Herman has arrived at the headquarters of the counterfeiting gang with young Biff Morgan. Accompanied by Mr. Purley and gripping Biff by the arm, Herman unlocks the door of the room in which Jimmy and Mary are imprisoned, then snarls at them.
All right, you dirty little double-crossers. This is the end of the line for all 3 of you.
What will happen now as Superman, searching almost blindly through the thick fog, begins to fear that his hunch was false? Is this really the end for Jim and Mary? Tomorrow's exciting episode tells the story, fellows and girls, and incidentally brings a most shocking beginning to a new and exciting
Superman adventure. So don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station. And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep. For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. When you wake up in the morning and you can see your breath on the frosty air, gang, that's Crumbles weather. Just calls for a toasty kind of cereal with zip and go. Calls for toasty words like crisp, crunchy, crinkly. Crumbles just fits, doesn't it? Kellogg's Crumbles, sort of sweet and mellow rich. The only cereal in the whole wide world made in those little crinkly shreds of good whole wheat. It's Crumbles weather, gang. Time for crisp, crunchy, crinkly Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, while Superman, on a hunch, rushes to the Metropolis riverbank in search of Jimmy Olsen and Mary Hennig, the cruel and ruthless villains issue their heartless ultimatum to the brave youngsters.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. You know, it's going to be a big moment the day you get your Superman Crusader ring. Why, you're going to take one look at that picture of Superman standing out big and powerful on the front and the shiny silver-looking finish, and you're going to feel like cheering. Yes, sir. You'll like the way this Superman Crusader ring is adjustable, too. Easy to fit right on your finger yourself. And you're going to be so proud to wear it. You see, it's a symbol of Superman's fight for tolerance and good sportsmanship. Identifies you as a Superman Crusader, same as Jimmy Olsen and Beanie. And this ring is so sturdy and durable, it'll wear and keep right on looking shiny and slick for a long, long time. Now, you don't want to be the only one of your gang without a Superman Crusader ring, so ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine Cereal Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, that's 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Let me give you that again now. Send one Kellogg's Pep box top, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, that's 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Send in today for your Superman Crusader ring from P.E.P., the Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Captured by the counterfeiting gang they had been trying to expose, Jimmy Olsen and young Mary Hennig, alias Chickie, were condemned to death. But Jimmy had managed to drop Mary's Superman Crusader ring from a window to a tugboat passing in the river below. Believing Superman had dropped the ring in flight, a crewman on the tug showed it to a Daily Planet reporter, who phoned the story to his paper. Hoping this might be a clue to the missing Jimmy and Mary, Clark Kent took to the air as Superman to search for them. As we continue now, the Man of Steel, hampered by a dense fog, moves slowly above the shore of the river. Listen.
No sign of Jim and Mary yet. I'm beginning to think this was a false alarm. Where did that Superman Crusader ring fall from? Oh, if only this fog would lift. So thick even I can hardly see through it. Well, I've practically covered the whole shoreline. I better double back and go over it once more just to make sure. Away!
Bearing in midair, Superman gropes his way back through the shroud-like mist, hoping against hope that his search will not be in vain. Meanwhile, at the counterfeiter's hideout, a house on the river, Jimmy, Mary, and Biff Morgan, their hands tied, have been taken to the roof by Pearlie and his brutal henchman, Herman, and have been forced to the very edge of the roof, which overhangs the fog-wrapped river below. An evil smile on his face. Herman points a revolver at them as Pearlie looks on, obviously enjoying Jim's attempt to frighten him with brave talk.
I'm warning you for the last time not to go through with this, Ellie. Inspector Henderson knows Mary and I went to work for you, and so does Mr. Kent.
Is that so?
Yes, and if anything happens to us, they'll know who did it.
They won't be able to prove a thing. Go ahead, Herman. Get it over with.
Oh, wait, Herman. Look, Mr. Pearlie, let me go. I didn't do nothing, honest.
You know too much, Biff.
Oh, but I won't talk. Honest, I won't. I don't care what the cops do to me. I won't say a word, honest.
We intend to make sure you don't.
No, please.
Shut up, punk. Go ahead, Herman. Mr. Paradise is waiting for us downstairs. We have lots of work to do. So get this over with. Go on. Okay.
No, don't.
Jim, are you all
I'm
right?
okay, Mary. Look, so's Biff. He missed us on purpose to scare us.
What's the matter with you, Herman? Cut out the monkey shine. And don't miss this time.
As Herman raises his pistol again, Superman, though still a mile away in the foggy sky, has heard the first shot, and pivoting, streaks toward the sound like a great arrow flung from a giant's bow. Now, as Herman's finger tightens again on the trigger of his gun, the Man of Steel looms through the fog above the house, sees the grim picture below him, and...
Great Scott! Down to that roof! Down! One bullet in my right hand, one in my left.
Hey, what's that?
Thanks for the souvenirs. Now I'll take that gun.
Who's that?
Mary, look.
Hey, Mr. Whirly! Mr. Whirly! Holy Come on, get in there.
All right,
Hey,
Turbo.
look, Mary, it's Superman.
Sorry, please.
Superman!
Won't give up, eh? Well, this'll fix you.
Let me go.
Okay.
Don't touch me.
I hate to soil my hands on you, Pearlie, but... Well, so you've got a gun too, have you? In that case, I won't apologize for slipping you this sleeping pill. There.
Boy, what a sweet haymaker.
Thanks, Jim.
Saved our lives, Superman.
You sure did.
It was a pleasure. Now, I'll get these ropes off you youngsters and tie up our two friends here for Inspector Henderson. Then I've got to get down to the basement to get Mr. Paradise to do a little house cleaning there. Well, this seems to be my busy day.
Daily Planet Express. Superman rounds up huge counterfeiting gang. Read all about it in the Daily
I have a favor to ask you, Inspector Henderson.
Anything, Cat, anything.
Huh?
You save the lives of those three youngsters and help us break up the biggest and cleverest counterfeiting gang in the history of Metropolis. Which, incidentally, saved my job. So just
I did all that?
Of course you did.
Well, now, look,
You figured out that Jim or Mary must have dropped the Superman Crusader ring to the tugboat,
Yeah, but
and you contacted Superman.
I can't... Oh, I thought you knew. I thought you'd found out.
I'd found out what?
Nothing, Inspector, nothing.
Well, as I started to say, Kent, if not for you, Jim and Mary would be in the river now, and I'd probably be back pounding a beat. Because, as you remember, the mayor gave me just 48 hours to get those counterfeiters behind bars or else.
Well, yes, I know,
So if
but...
there's anything I can do for you, Kent, just speak up. Now, what's this favor you wanted?
Well, it's about Biff Morgan.
Oh, that little hoodlum?
Uh-huh.
Well, you don't have to worry about him.
Why?
He'll be out of circulation for a long time in the state reformatory.
Well, that's just it, Inspector. I think Biff has learned a lesson he'll never forget. He had no idea when he first tied up with Pearlie that he'd be involved in an attempted murder.
None of these delinquent kids do when they decide to go after easy money, Kent. Yeah, they think they're smart, but their parents and the police are dumb.
Sure, but
when they're caught, as they are in 99 cases out of 100, they start whining and alibi that they didn't know what they were doing.
Yes, I know that,
Yeah,
Inspector.
it's like saying you didn't know the gun was loaded after killing somebody.
But you see, Biff comes from an unfortunate home, Inspector. His father's dead and his mother works. Makes it nearly impossible for her to pay much attention to him.
Well, I'm sorry, Kent, but I can't ask the court to go easy on Biff.
Why?
He deliberately went bad. And he's got to learn that it doesn't pay off.
But he did learn, Inspector.
Well, a term in a house of correction will drive the lesson home.
I don't know.
What's more, he's got to pay for what he did. Why, it's only a miracle that Jim and Mary weren't killed. And if they had been, Biff would have been tried as an accessory to their murder. Can't you see that?
Yeah, I guess you're right, Inspector.
Sure.
I'll try to see that Biff gets a chance to start fresh after he serves his time, though.
Fine. And I'll be glad to help.
Okay, thanks. Well, Jim and Mary are waiting outside to hear the news, so I'll pick them up and get back to the Daily Planet. Thanks for everything, Inspector.
Thank you, Kent. Oh, and incidentally, here's a bit of good news you can pass on to Mary.
Oh, what's that?
The department appreciates what she did in this case, and I think, I think we can arrange to have her probation lifted.
Hey, that's wonderful, Inspector. I'll tell Mary right away. So long.
So long, Kent.
And Inspector Henderson says he's quite sure he can have your probation suspended, Mary.
Gee whiz. Do you think he can, Mr. Kent?
Yes, I do.
Oh, boy, that's wonderful, Mary.
Oh, it sure is. Now, if only...
If only what?
Well, I ought to be thankful for all the good luck I've had today, and I am really, but... Well, I just wish I had my Superman Crusader ring back, too.
Gosh, I've forgotten my ring is gone, too.
Don't you worry about it, Jim, or you either, Mary. I'll see that you get new rings. Now, come on, we've got to get back to the office.
Happily, convinced that all their troubles are over, Clark Kent, Jimmy Olsen, and young Mary Hennig leave police headquarters to return to the Daily Planet, unaware that their happiness will be short-lived, and that very soon two of them, at least, will be on the receiving end of a terrific shock. We'll know more about that when we return in a moment with the startling climax of today's episode. So stand by.
Say, gang, can't you imagine how thrilled you'll be and how excited to have a Superman Crusader ring like the one Jimmy Olsen dropped on the deck of that tugboat? Yes, sir, you'll be mighty proud. Because this Superman Crusader ring is a symbol of Superman's crusade for good Americans. Shows that you're a Superman Crusader, too, along with all the thousands of fellows and girls who've already written in. And is Pep's Superman Crusader ring terrific? Why, it's shiny and silver-looking, with Superman's picture standing out big and smiling on the front, and the word Superman Crusader right on the side. It's adjustable, too, so you can fit it right on your finger yourself. And it's made of such sturdy metal with such a durable silver-like finish that it'll keep right on looking shiny and slick for a long, long time. So don't miss out, gang. Ask Mom to get you a package of that Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Send the box top along with 10 cents in cash and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, that's 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. You got that? Send one Kellogg's Pep box top, 10 cents in cash, and your name and address clearly printed to Superman, Box 40, that's 40, Battle Creek, Michigan. Send in today for your Superman Crusader ring from P.E.P., the Sunshine cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
It is several days later when Jim Olsen, returning to his desk in the Daily Planet city room, finds Beanie Martin, head copy boy, standing with his eyes on his wristwatch, a sealed envelope in his hand. Watching him for a moment, Jim notices that Beanie's lips are moving.
Hey, what are you doing, Beanie? Taking your pulse?
20 seconds. 19, 18, 17, 16.
Beanie, what in the world
15,
are you trying...
14, just a minute, Jim. 13, 12, 11.
Sounds like you're
10,
practicing counting backwards.
9, 8, 7, please, Jim.
Look, Dopey, will you please go talk to yourself some other place? I've got work to do.
3, 2, 1, time. Here you are, Jim.
Here I am what?
Take this letter. It's time.
Thanks. Now, what do you mean it's time?
Well, Mr. Kent said I should give this letter to either you or Mr. White or Miss Lane at 1 o'clock. They didn't come back from lunch yet, but it's exactly 1 o'clock, so you get it.
Hey, what is this, a gag?
Gee, I don't know, Jim. I'm just telling you what Mr. Kent said. I don't think it was a gag, though. He looked awful serious.
He did?
Uh-huh. Why don't you open the letter? Maybe it'll tell you.
That's what I am doing. I can't see why Mr. Kent would leave us a sealed letter when he could just tell us whatever... Listen.
What is it, Jim?
No. This can't be. I don't believe it.
What? What don't you believe?
Mr. Kent says he's going away, and get this. He says we'll probably never see him again.
What?
Yeah, here, read it for yourself. No, wait. Here comes Mr. White and Miss Lane. Hey, Mr. White, Miss Lane, listen to this.
His face white as chalk, Jim Olsen rushes toward Editor Perry White and Lois Lane, who are just entering the city room. With the startling letter from Clark Kent held in his shaking hand, Jim gasps,
Jeepers, look at this. Mr. Kent says we'll never see him again.
What does this mean? What has happened that caused Clark Kent, who, as we know, is Superman, to write his friends such startling information? We'll know more tomorrow, gang, when we begin a brand new Superman story. The most amazing and exciting story you've ever heard. So don't fail to be with us when we read Clark Kent's startling letter and this new adventure gets underway. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. Same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal. Say, what goes with the kids in other countries? What do they look like and how do they dress? Well, Kellogg has the answer with the cutouts on packages of Kellogg's Crumbles. And the kids in your family will have a swell time with these dolls of all nations, cutting them out and changing their costumes and collecting all 6 countries in the series, like Norway and Holland and China. 2 cutout dolls to every package, you know, and they're dressed like the real thing. That's dolls of all nations on packages of Kellogg's Crumbles. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.